Greetings, boxy ladies and mac daddies. Faye, have you heard the one about the mac and cheese chef who died? He passed it away! The craft keeper here to serve you up a bowl of mac cheesier than a Packers fan at a dairy farm. Tonight's tale concerns an amateur pasta chef who's feeling a bit salty about his lot in life. I call this steamy bowl of horror the Mac Who Was Dead.
Tales of the Craft, the Mac Who Was Dead. Who's battle?
God, oh man, oh God, oh man.
Junt, it's not up to snuff.
But I've browsed Kraft's website for at least an hour.
Maybe you should just go back to drinking. At least the Mac had much more passion then.
You know I haven't drank since the incident involving the deer and the 3 kids off Blood Hill.
I do know that. And let's not remind each other that one of the children's parents was haunted and cursed you to a life of mac and cheese reviewing.
And it certainly doesn't bear repeating that my wife died when I was a child, and my uncle, who was also a famous chef, he and his wife too died in a drunk driving career-ending incident, probably involving innocent children. Miss Noodle, I've been trying pastas and powders from Kraft's website for the past 6 months because you said you could provide me with a career if I found something new.
Not just new, darling. New and good. Junt. Junt. Junt! I can't stand here all day. Give me something cheesy, but not too salty, but slightly salty. And tang, but not high tang.
Oh, I'll be back. Back with a Mac attack.
Still at it, huh? And on Halloween night.
You know I don't believe in Halloween.
Well, I admire your passion. God knows we've both taken out 6 mortgages to start up this custom mac and cheese business. And still no bites, literally.
Less than 300 hits on YouTube. Reddit calls us fat. Some days it just feels hopeless.
Come on, John, let's go out and have some fun. Let's go be sad adults who trick or treat.
But this time I think I've got it. I think I've finally built our Frankenmac.
Mossy Rock, Massachusetts, home of the world's biggest secret. The first and only born half-man, half-ape. Abo, the human...
Frankie, happy Halloween.
Hi, John.
Have you ever wondered if you could make a better macaroni and cheese?
No.
Well, we're going to see if I can make a better macaroni and cheese here on this special Halloween edition of BoxMac. You know, I've been wondering for a while. If I was a food scientist at the Kraft Corporation, could I make a better macaroni and cheese than the ones that they put out today? I'm going to make a boxed macaroni and cheese, so it has to conform to the rules of boxed macaroni and cheese, just a powder and a pasta. I'm going to compare it against this Halloween Kraft Mac.
Which I think is just a normal shapes.
It's just a normal shapes macaroni and cheese, but we gotta have something to compare against after all.
Sure.
I think I'm gonna be able to make a better Mac than Kraft.
That seems a little misleading, because didn't
Yeah.
you get these ingredients from the Kraft Corporation?
Well, yes and no. Some of them are not Kraft ingredients. This cheese product is actually not made by the Kraft Corporation. There's a site that sells all different powdered cheeses, many different cheeses. Firehouse Pantry is the name of the place.
So they're
Very good.
they're an aggregate of all of these powdered cheeses? They make their industry off of people like you who want to see if they can make their own Mac?
Exactly. This is their leading yellow powdered cheese.
Okay.
Beautiful Halloween costume here, I must say.
My mother
It's very nice.
My mother made this for a 3rd grade play that my sister was in.
A 3rd grade play, so it's going back a little ways. Still fits.
1993, and it was made for my, at the time, 11-year-old sister. So.
I'm the big cheese in this plate.
Some non-fat milk powder And this is to add more creaminess, more richness, a more natural milk flavor to it. MSG. I'm a big fan of MSG. A lot of people are against MSG. Just a little tiny bit adds a little bit of extra flavor. Maybe you'll notice it, maybe you won't. This was like $3 for this container. And then one more ingredient is xanthan gum. Xanthan gum, what? it's a food processing chemical. You wouldn't usually use it very much at home. And what it is, it's a thickener. Because if we just put all this stuff together, we're gonna have a really watery cheese sauce. Any macaroni and cheese you have, if you read the ingredients, you'll actually see it has modified food starch, which in their mix is filling the same role. Now, I actually prefer xanthan gum to modified food starch as a thickener. Gives a more natural texture. 200 grams of pasta. This is the pasta we're going to use. It's a shell pasta. This is from the Prince Corporation. We've got Prince Small Shells Pasta. And you can buy this in very large quantities if you need to, if we're going to manufacture this mac. I've got a little notebook here, and I've been through a bunch of different revisions of mac.
To be fair, this has been going on for months.
Yeah, I've been working on this recipe. I'm going to start with 50 grams of cheese powder.
Now we literally are food scientists.
Literally, this is what food scientists do. They sit around with a bunch of bell jars and bags of various chemicals.
And intimidating stuff like this.
Yes. We're going to add 5 grams of milk powder, dried milk powder. This powder is actually, in its pure form, is designed to be put on popcorn. So you'd make cheesed popcorn with it. 1/8 of a teaspoon and 1/4 of a teaspoon.
Have you made this before?
Yes. This actually has a couple minor revisions from the last time I made it.
Have you preferred it to even your most favorite mac?
It's more work to prepare it, certainly, so probably not. But in taste, I don't know, it's different. And we need 1/4 teaspoon of this xanthan gum.
What will we brand it as? Mac and Junt?
Yeah, or Junt Mac, or Box Junt, any of those.
Sure.
We're not adding any additional salt to this mix. I tried all kinds of different combinations. The cheese does actually have some natural salt in it. It's made from real cheese. They dehydrate it, and it takes twice as much cheese to make that amount of powder. So I'm going to put this into our mortar and pestle here.
It's called a cauldron. I love this big, heavy stick.
Why don't you go ahead and...
Really?
Yeah,
Me?
you can do it, Frankie.
What do I do? Just
you want to
pound it
see
up?
how there's little you want to break it up in there and mix it around. We need 3.5 tablespoons of butter for my mac.
Well, get on it, you big old food scientist.
All right.
He did the mac. He did the monster mac.
All right.
The monster mac.
It was a graveyard mac. Could you be so kind as to dump the pastas in for me? We're going to cook...
It started in a rapid for some reason.
Yeah, just to measure it out. They're actually great for measuring things out, too. Another great use of the rapid.
You can also use the rapid mac for that. So
well, I'm going to add our customary amounts of salt here.
What are our customary amounts again?
1/2 teaspoon per bee. But my mac actually requires double that to cook correctly.
Right.
It's a secret. So this would be on the instructions. Required 1 teaspoon. If we were making this, it would say, do not skip salt. This is a beautiful decorating job done by the lovely Nina. Lovely and talented.
You mean it wasn't just this way?
No, it's...
By virtue of the season? You know what? That's a really good idea. Like
they come and decorate for you?
Yeah, like the only thing the customer has to do is go online and set the date they want it to happen.
Yeah.
And then, and somehow arrange for access into the building.
If I was actually going to make this as a product, I would put a couple more things into this cheesy powder mix.
Yeah, like what?
A anti-caking agent. You'll see when you actually mix this mac in, you're going to get some clumps of cheddar, some really some big cheesy bunches. Anti-caking agent would prevent that from happening.
All right.
Also, a little bit of a preservative, just something to keep it fresh for the full probably 6 to 12 month shelf life that you'd want out of a product like this. I didn't add those today because I'm not going to buy 50 pounds of an anti-caking agent.
One thing that surprised me was discovering through you that Kraft will sell all of their raw ingredients through their website.
That's right. You have to contact a food service distributor to actually get an order of it. They have promotional videos which are just a bunch of fun to watch. There's this one video in particular of this guy preparing a hotel half pan of macaroni and cheese.
We've got Kraft macaroni and cheese, manufactured product code of 3234. XRO is the plant code, and 1 stands for 2011. This is the same size noodle as the little blue box, but it is more robust so that it holds up on the steam table longer. Okay.
When my mother used to make macaroni and cheese, she was a wonderful cook. But she'd make macaroni and cheese, and then she'd put it back on the heat and leave the heat just a little above low. And that actually makes the mac taste pretty bad.
Really?
It makes it separate apart. The butter separates, and it just tastes kind of oily and cheesy, kind of like reheated mac. You got to test the mac and try the mac. But now I have to wash the spoon.
Why?
Because you
Okay,
ate it. You put it in your mouth. Food safety, folks, food safety. I'm going to sample the my mac here. My Franken mac, if you will. Still a couple minutes. You're going to like this mac. I hope you like the way you mac.
Did you ever fall for this sort of thing when you were a kid?
I don't know if this was a thing when I was a kid.
Buying it simply because it's seasonal?
If this came in a 3 cheese variety, I would totally buy this.
I do like these shaped snacks.
Well, they do hold the cheese in a different kind of way. Gets in all the little grooves.
And I actually find that the cheese tastes a little bit different.
Yeah? All right, we got a little Halloween shape. It's a bat. My pasta, because it's an off-the-shelf pasta, doesn't have the qualities that make it fast cooking, so it needs an extra minute or so to cook.
What's the universal signifier for Halloween? Is it A, a skull, B, a jack-o'-lantern?
Jack-o'-lantern.
It's true.
That's what I say.
There's a difference between a horror movie and a Halloween movie, though.
Oh, there definitely is. Like a Hocus Pocus is a Halloween movie.
Partly because it takes place
During Halloween. I even call the Addams Family movies Halloween movies. I don't know if
They're
that's
certainly
wrong.
not horror. Is the Universal Monsters movies, or those Halloween movies? Like just regular old Frankenstein, regular old Dracula.
They weren't at the time, certainly, but I think now they are just because
I don't think they're
kinda
anything
campy.
but Halloween movies now.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't, like, in August, pop in Frankenstein.
No. I'm going to use this this beautiful Ghostess with the Mostess set. I'm going to have you actually do
What?
this.
I don't want to screw it up.
No, well, that's the whole point. If you're a customer at home.
That's right. I bought a box of Jun.
You bought a box of Jun. And you're trying it out. You got it on sale. There was a 20-cent off coupon that you used for some reason. Like you used 20-cent off coupons. You need to get this stuff into the pot.
I'm on it, but I don't want to make a mess. There's so much cheese. Can I just go for it?
Yep. Here, you can use this scraper. It'll help you.
I'm so encumbered by my cheese costume. Oh, Jesus Christ.
This would be in a nice little pouch, and you wouldn't have any trouble at all, you know?
I could have had candy, apple, and gum.
I could have had candy, apples, and gum.
And money and cookies and all sorts of things.
And cookies and money and all sorts of things.
But you made me sit in the Mac patch. Look at all the...
It's okay. It's extra cheesy for a reason. See how it's caking together? Now, if we had an anti-caking agent, see those little... that would go away.
I got it loud and clear, John.
You got it. I just want to make... I just want to make sure you understand the role of an anti-caking agent. If you make your food without an anti-caking agent, this is what you're going to end up
Sometimes
with.
I think you've got a lot of solutions that are searching for problems.
I do. All right, that looks pretty good.
I wish it could get anti-caked somehow.
All right.
John Hunt, not a pillar of fitness, but fit hands, fit arms. You ever see him type? Fit little fingers. I have to say, your Mac looks really good, John.
Doesn't it look pretty good?
You don't mess around. Why did I doubt you for a second? Now, this isn't really looking out for calories or anything, is it?
It's very, very similar to any other Mac you'd have. I like the color. You know, that's a designed color. I lightened it a little.
You did that.
Yeah, I did that. This looks a little drab by comparison.
It does. You might even say it looks grim.
Let's try this other Mac first here.
I like it. I'd eat this.
Yeah, pretty good Mac.
It's SpongeBob, it's Power Rangers, it's Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, tasty. Let's try my Mac.
This is the first time we've ever had a Mac manufacturer in the kitchen.
That's right.
Okay, the first thing that hit me was a big ball of cake. I like it. It's not, it's actually, yeah, I mean, it's really good. The tang is at like red alert.
Yeah. Is it too much for you?
It's a lot of tang.
Oh, I can reduce the tang. The tang is adjustable.
It's really good, man. I'd eat this.
Which Mac would you prefer on an afternoon?
Yours. I would eat yours.
You think?
Yeah.
You like it?
I'm not sure I like it as much as Velveeta,
Sure.
but I am a company man.
That's right. I prefer that Mac. Frankie, think you prefer that Mac?
Definitely.
There you go. I can make a pretty good Mac on BoxMac.
All right.
All right, that's it. So the Franken Mac was clearly the best Mac. I'm gonna go clean up in the pantry.
All right. I'm gonna stand here in the kitchen. You know, it still smells really cheesy in here, John.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's feeling kind of faint, you know, like I've eaten way too much mac and cheese, which I guess I totally have. Oh, God. Hey, John?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, God. No noodles.
Where are you? You leaving Macs on the floor? Perfectly good Macs? I mean, does that seem normal? 1 minute my friend is dressed as a big block of Velveeta cheese, and the next minute he's missing and there's a bowl of delicious macaroni and cheese on the ground?
We should do further evaluation. But if your friend has transformed into a BoxMac, as you say, a reverse operation would be expensive and dangerous. I'm not sure he would survive it.
You do the operation, I'll get the money. I mean, look at him. It can't be easy being that cheesy.
Mr. Junt, whether or not this bowl of macaroni and cheese is your friend, he may be the break you've been looking for.
Come again?
Surely, if Frankie invested money in your mac and cheese enterprise and could contribute to making the best macaroni and cheese you've ever tasted,
Doctor, what are you saying?
perhaps something happened in that kitchen, the right mix of chemicals and airborne particles to make your friend into a macaroni and cheese that could make you rich.
Say what now?
You could continue trying to make macaroni and cheese out of human beings for profit.
Doctor, this is all very complicated. Could you please simplify?
I am encouraging the murder of innocents as you pursue your quest for the best box macaroni and cheese. This is strictly medical advice.
I still don't get it.
Well, it's certainly an improvement, but new and good. I just don't know. I think you're still off the mark.
Ah, well, there's just no pleasing you, is there, Miss Noodle? I'll get your coat. My mac was good, Miss Noodle. Sometimes a bit salty, but it was always good.
What are you on about, Junt?
No more smug remarks. No more rejection. Tonight, you become a delicious bowl of macaroni and cheese.
That's... okay. What?
A bowl, Miss Noodle, of delicious, scrumptious, savory, sapid, and adequately salted macaroni and cheese. Noodle?
You're weird.
Hey, oh, is she trying the Franken Mac? I actually thought it was pretty good.
But weren't you... There was a bowl of mac on the floor.
Huh? No, I had made 3 cheese and a Rapid Mac so I could compare the two, and then I had to go. Sorry I left it on the ground, though.
You were passed out, though.
I don't think so. Maybe. Whatever.
I suppose you'll be having me arrested, Miss Noodle.
No, I'm just leaving. You're kind of creepy.
No noodle. Or the noodle.
Well, it seems old Junt has boiled over. There's no way all that cheese can be gooder for you. You know, kiddies, some people eat their mac with a fork, others with a spoon, but me, I prefer a fork. Because it's obviously right! Oh! Cheese whiz, that was fun to make. Now watch the blooper reel in making a video blog. Give us the hits we deserve. We haven't got a penny. Have a cheesy Halloween, boys and girls!
Noodle. Fresh noodle. Fresh noodle.
Oh, Noodle, some people are saying, as their favorite YouTube personalities have become estranged.
Take a walk to the edge of town, go across
After running out of Macs, former BoxMac host Frankie Frayne has left the once slightly successful web series to instead review frozen pizzas with other former collaborator Zach Carlisle.
Today on Pirate Pizza Review, I prefer the conventional stool. We've got a wonderful skeleton. Perhaps we should just like we're looking for. We're going to be on the lookout for frozen pizzas.
Internet personality Jonathan Hunt has gone missing, with no signs of his departure, save for the Hall of Macs being entirely empty.
It's going to take forever. You just won't stop eating Mac.
Thank you for cleaning the kitchen and
Give me a pack of crafts. Mrs. says a grown man can't eat a box of mac and cheese. How the hell you like that? Perfect weather to have a little bit of Kraft macaroni and cheese by the fire. It's what I really want.
Place sucks.
Bro, you said you would take this trip seriously. You know how important it is to me.
Bro, isn't that kind of guy-on-guy talk?
Name's Brody Copper. Brody Bro.
Don't mind him, he's morally vacuous. I'm only with him because I have no self-esteem. But you can call me Miss. Miss Misguided. Miss Misguided Goodheart.
Misguided and big dumb bro. What are you doing in Noodleton? There ain't a college around here for 200 miles at least.
I don't know that I'd prefer to say, officer.
Secrets in my town?
Let's just say that I have heard that Noodleton is full of mac and cheese enthusiasts, and
she thinks Junt might be here.
A man junt in my town?
you are such a jerk sometimes. You don't deserve to die, but if you did, people would be less sad than if I did.
Jonathan Hunt is presumed dead. Hasn't made a video since last year when they ran out of Macs. What you're doing is wasting your time and mine.
I don't really see how it impacts you.
Well, you see, I would be at home, off shift, thinking about how you're wasting your time, which in itself would be a waste of my time. So just go back to your civics class or themes of Aaron Sorkin or whatever you kids do for classes nowadays.
Place sucks. Look, can you explain to all of us, I mean me, why we're here and any other relevant details?
BoxMac was my favorite show. Ever since my house burned down and my parents died and my brother got that cancer diagnosis and my UTI, it's all I have left. And I think that Junt just needs to be convinced to do the show again. I think he just needs to know that the fans are out there.
Cool, but you didn't answer my question.
Oh, the thing about...
But why he's here thing.
Right. So, YouTube Analytics said that most of the views from Pirate Pizza Review have been coming from this zone. And I think it's that house because it's creepy.
Place sucks.
I think he watches PPR obsessively. I think he misses Frankie.
Gay.
Is that a high-flow sink I see? It's hard to make out.
God, can we just bail? I've never even had mac and cheese before. I grew up wealthy. That's such a low-class food.
That's not very nice. And when you say things like that, it makes you less sympathetic if you were to be murdered. I'm going in.
There's no one here, MG.
If there's no one here, how come there's a pile of granite square blankets right there?
Old house, old blankets. Makes sense to me.
The bathroom. If there was a bidet, I am so right.
Who the hell is that?
Oh my God, it's Nina.
You guys can't be here! You gotta get out of here now! Get out! Get out! You guys are dating guys to Frankie's got two girls with Danitas! You guys have to get out!
Hooters.
Frankies, Nina, and I'm pretty sure there's another Nina around here somewhere. We've run out of new Macs completely and life sucks. We're gonna make the best of it and we're gonna take old Macs and make them into Franken Macs today on BoxMac. So Nina, and Frankies, Nina, it is the age of the shell. Elbows are done, elbows are out, elbows are no good. We're gonna make 3 cheese with mega shells.
These are huge.
The pasta will be much more meaty. We're gonna thicken the cheese sauce a little bit. We're gonna use the 3 cheese sauce for this. What we're also gonna do is we're gonna take the 3 cheese noodles and put them into Cracker Barrel cheese. So the elbows, out of here. I think that the shells will hold more cheese and will be more tasty. Also, I think that these are gonna be really good once we get them thick. Some nice meaty pasta to bite into. We're gonna have to cook them a little long and they're probably gonna get a little mushy. Security, Frankie, could you get me some salt from the fridge, please? Yeah, salt. How are the Frankies doing back there? The Frankies doing well?
What do you look for in a Frankie?
Basically, they just have to be able to take the mask. We've got 3 already. They're doing good. This one's a little listless.
He'll come around.
He's the fresh Frankie. We just got that Frankie.
You don't want to judge a fresh Frankie by his comatose.
No, you need to wait till they wake up, and then you can evaluate the full capabilities of Frankie. See, I have one Frankie that's so good back here, I put him in charge of security for the whole show.
Yeah, how'd that work out when this Frankie got past him? I think we got to replace that Frankie because this one got by.
There's only a certain level of expectation you can have from a Frankie. For Nina's, you can expect a little more. With Frankie's, you get what you get.
Does this one look...
Is it boiling yet? I haven't paid the power bill, so it's a little low light.
Do you ever use these shells for anything else?
They're not stuffing shells, no. They're I don't know really what you would do with this. Perhaps you could put it with a really chunky tomato sauce. You could certainly stuff them and like make mini stuffed shells.
That'd be kind of cute. When you're not eating mac and cheese, what kind of pastas do you eat?
Butter and salt and pepper are one of my favorites. A pesto, I love pesto pasta.
I do love pesto.
Pesto is wonderful. And you do have to have the little bit of pine nuts in there. It really does make a big difference.
Are pine nuts actually from pine cones?
No, I don't think they are. I think they have nothing to do with pine cones at all.
How come they're so expensive?
I don't know, but all nuts are very expensive, EJ.
Peanuts are the cheapest, probably, but
yes,
they're not even a nut. They're a pea that you eat like a nut, thus the name.
Whoa, Nina's full of Nina facts.
Or a pulse. I think maybe they're a pulse.
Now, Nina, you had a fabulous garden this year. Did you grow any herbs or spices in your garden?
Those were the only things that got eaten by I don't know what. We have a gang of roving chickens.
Roving chickens, we have those here too.
Yes, and I think they may have eaten them because I haven't really seen any deer or evidence of deer.
Yep.
And all of our lettuces and everything were fine.
Yep.
But these little cute herbs that we had just kind of planted on the outskirts got eaten up.
Yep.
But I do want to have an inside herb garden during the winter.
This year I'm going to grow some stuff inside too, but it's mostly going to be plants for next year.
You should let them overtake your whole house, like Troll 2.
Well, you know, parts of the house are completely unused. In the abandoned wings.
You can have like the rose from Beauty and the Beast.
Yes. I don't really know the song well enough to sing.
No, these Frankies suck. You need a Frankie that can sing.
Can any of you Frankies sing? That's it? We can't be having these B-grade Frankies, Nina.
Do these Frankies even like mac and cheese?
I don't know. So the 3 cheese sauce is obviously optimized for small noodles. We're going to thicken it with a little bit of my favorite thickener, xanthan gum.
How long does it take you to go through a big pack of xanthan gum like that?
About 1 lifetime. I really only use it on BoxMac and occasionally when I need to thicken a gravy, and you really don't need much for it to take effect. As long as you keep it dry and fresh, you're good to go.
I have used some tapioca starch to make like vegan pumpkin pie. Ah!
Nina, the overboil! Nina! I put you in charge of this. But anyway, you were saying, ooh, tapioca starch. I have some of that in my closet too. How about potato starch?
No, I haven't used that. I've used arrowroot. This all sounds very spooky. Like these all belong in a witch's called. Yeah, Eye of Newt and Arrowroot.
Newt and Arrowroot. Excuse me, security Frankie. A ball. Thank you. Thank you, Hood Frankie. I'm gonna cut some butter.
I've never seen you do that before.
Well, there's a first time for everything, Nina number one.
I'm like the bottom of Nina's. Have you ever done anything like this?
No, I've never used the cheese sauce without using the pasta. That's actually something my grandmother used to do, but she'd do it the other way. She'd buy macaroni and cheese and just use the pasta and throw out the cheese sauce.
Oh, that's weird, because it's such sub-quality pasta. I mean, you would think.
She just liked the pasta, and it was a good portion. She didn't want to have boxes half open sitting around.
I like this broad.
Grandma Hunt, I bet the noodles are coming along. Because of this batch, Nina, we have to make the cheese sauce a little bit in advance. I'm using a rapid, you may notice. We're going to heat up the butter and the milk too. We're going to get them both up to temperature.
Now, I'm Polish, John. You can tell me if this is true for other people, if I just assume it's Polish people. Is cottage cheese on macaroni.
That is a big thing, Nina, but I've never tried it myself. I've seen a couple recipes online, pretty famous ones, that are based around cottage cheese as like one of the primary cheeses.
My name is Terry Crews. The cottage cheese is the secret ingredient. It kind of does the whole saucy thing and blends everything together.
But we just do it straight up cottage cheese on macaroni.
Straight up?
Mix it up.
That seems a little ridiculous.
I think our Polish fan base is going to be really glad I brought that up.
Do we have a Polish fan base, Nina?
I'm a fan.
I'm using my ladle to sample the noodle because these shells, as you can see, are quite huge. It's going to need to boil for way too long. The Frankies are getting restless. Calm down, Frankies, calm down. Look, you Frankies better keep your business in order. Order! Behave like this, Frankie.
You might have hit him too hard in the head.
Maybe.
Hit Frankie with the medium pot.
One Frankie is properly cowering. Cower like that, Frankie. Cower! Cower!
I like the way this is going.
Yeah, this is wonderful, isn't it? This Iron Chef brand pasta, it seems to break apart a lot, but the quality and taste of the pasta is excellent.
Have you ever done bow ties with mac and cheese?
I have never, no. Bow ties are not one of my favorite pastas.
Oh, I love bow ties.
Bow ties are like right above spaghetti for me. Angel hair, get it out of here. Fettuccine's pretty good.
Fat spaghetti.
Bucatini, which is a thick spaghetti, that's quite good. Don't hurt yourself, Nina. We need to keep you around for cleaning. There are a lot of cobwebs in here lately. Well, one of these is clearly going to be ready first.
That's okay.
There's 3B in that because we needed the extra mac to offset the additional cheese to get the right ratio. Otherwise, it would have been, oh, thank you, Frankie. No, I'll take the, Frankie. Frankie's, Nina.
That's a lot of melted butter. How much butter's going in?
A stick and a half.
A stick and a half to 3B?
3B, yep. That's the standard ratio. That's the 3 cheese shells. And if you would be so kind, Nina, as to add the cheeses. 2 cheeses.
Absolutely. Wait, are these the same type?
They are. They're just 2 different manufacturing batches.
Oh, because it's very nice. This gold one that actually has the Cracker Barrel, especially for a show like ours where we would sometimes possibly confuse it.
I think I just heard something from one of our Frankies.
That Frankie's never had macaroni and cheese.
Never?
Never.
Hey. Security, Frankie! Managing these Frankies is a hassle, Nina. Thank you for making the macaroni, Nina.
Whoa, this is a lot of cheese.
Yeah, it kind of is a lot of cheese, isn't it? Oh my, that's a lot of cheese. It actually looks more like a home style to me. Home styles tend to have a higher cheese ratio. We need to serve some here so the Frankies can try it. The Frankies are getting restless. They haven't been fed in 2 weeks. And here, you guys can have, you know, a plate of macaroni and cheese, and I'm going to try it. They're not very good at eating macaroni and cheese, Nina. Well, I'll try it and see how it is. Well, it's delicious. It's wonderful.
Would you do this again?
I don't think so, because what am I going to do with this pasta now? I'll have to throw it into a pile of granite square blankets. Predictably, I actually think the shells help it a lot. We're just about ready on this one, though. I'll let those drain for just a minute while I make the cheese sauce in the pan. Nina, could you assist me by opening some cheese sauce packets?
Still 3 cheese, still the best packet?
Oh, I think it's the best packet mac. Though I do love that HEB 3 cheese.
Well, you gotta move to Texas and buy yourself a chainsaw.
I'm making the cheese sauce here. I don't even think it needs any thickener, to be honest with you.
No, I don't think so. I think it's actually going to go okay. I think by making it separate, it's taking some of the liquid out.
Maybe that's what we do from now on.
Is we try the difference between making the sauce in advance and just making it in the pot.
Giving this a nice gentle stir, because I don't want to break up these big shells.
I think this might be a Reese's Big Cup problem, though. I think this still might be too much pasta to cheese. Next time we make pesto mac.
The Frankies don't get any this time.
No,
because clearly they can't handle it. I need a real Frankie. I'm just going to have 2 noodles, Nina. 2 noodles is a meal. Unfortunately, I can't eat this mac with a spoon.
This seems like fork mac.
No, I got it. Woo. It's delicious, but it's way too hot. The taste is amazing, though. Wow, it's a 3 cheese burst. Woo! The flavor is so delightfully and wonderfully intense that I'd have to go with that one. With the other normal noodles, it's not as good as it is in this form. There's something about this, the cheese is super strong. It really plays off the pasta well. I did burn my mouth a little because it was too hot. Besides that, delicious. I'm gonna have my one of the noodle here.
Did the little shells actually enhance the Cracker Barrel, or would you just go back to...
They did make it different. They made it a new experience, right? But this has completely transformed three cheese.
Okay.
No mac for a week. The answer is clear. Of the two Franken-Macs we made, the one made with the three cheese and the massive shells is the best. The other one is quite delicious too. I definitely think there's something to be said. I wish Kraft sold like three cheese powder in just big containers like I could get my Firehouse pantry and not have to waste, boxes of pasta.
They did it with the Velveeta, as you saw. They do have just so maybe that's coming down
Maybe?
the road. Maybe they'll put everything in a cheese sauce packet.
That would be pretty great. That time on BoxMac.
It's done, right? We did it? We did a whole...
Yes, it's done. Thank you for cleaning the kitchen, Nina. We won't need these anymore. Is that a Nina? It is a Nina.
Oh God, okay. I just need to find an air shaft to crawl through.
There's no air shafts, obviously. You should just come out, because seriously, you can't get out of the house via the bathroom.
Never!
I mean, yes, it is my intention to capture you and turn you into another Nina, but there is no conceivable way you could get out of that bathroom. I put in the wrong windows. You know what I mean? Come on, let's go to the clubbing wall. Noodles. Pirate pizza review. As if I wouldn't enjoy reviewing frozen pizzas. Well, there's plenty more Frankies where that came from.
What I don't get is why do you need more Ninas? You already have the real Nina.
Well, you can never have too many Ninas.
Control, this is 13. I've got repeated shouts of Frankie, Nina, and Noodle. Over.
Of course they were. I'll respond. And only me.
Please explain.
Junt may look like a chef, but a cook he is not. As a fan of BoxMac, you've enabled a man who could boil water and mix yellow goo and called it culinary art. I tried to guide him, but he's childlike and unsophisticated. Ending that silly little online program of theirs was the only way for us to get elevated.
Well, they ran out of Macs. That's why they stopped doing it.
Darling, don't believe everything you hear on the internet. They will never run out of Macs. Not in our lifetime. Junt, what did I ask you for last year?
Something new and good.
And under my control, that is precisely what we'll find. We will try every iteration. Possibly every existing ingredient. And finally, we shall have peace.
Peace. Peace.
Make a creepy circle and join hands.
Noodle.
Noodle. Noodle. Noodle.
No, Frankie. Let her go. We're too fat to run.
Oh, cool. We were the ones in the car.
We heard Junt was down this way.
Junt is not the same. Ground's gone sour. It's not the same dog I remember. You remember, Lewis.
Pet cemetery. Good pull. Get in. Junt.
So you think you're the only Frankie, huh? The only Frankie I can taste macaroni and cheese with? Well, I can create and destroy Frankies at will. It's no trouble at all.
Place sucks.
Is that so?
No.
See, I told him, if he got murdered, I wouldn't be as sad. And now he did, and I'm kind of meh.
We're all kind of meh. Junt, this doesn't have to be a massacre, okay? The pizza thing, we just do that on the side. Give me the OXO, bud. Come on, bud.
Well, if it isn't Samwise Gamgee.
Oh, like what? Because I'm a sidekick?
No, because you're fuzzy and you're often barefoot.
Right.
He has to die. He's been holding us back for too long. And making fun of you with his little editing jokes.
Junt, we've reviewed a lot of Macs. We've reviewed trash bags. We've gone bargain shopping. Am I really that replaceable? You call this poor excuse for a human, Frankie?
I thought I was here for free food.
Okay, that guy wasn't even forced. Just go.
I'm out of here.
Give me the OXO, Junt!
Finish this, Junt!
Hey, Miss Noodle!
Was that the truffle Eva one? Oh, it really is horrible. It's bread crummy gunk on top. Oh, I may be done with mac and cheese like forever. I just want a salad or ice cream or something.
Frankie? Is that you?
Everybody freeze.
Oh, right, the cop. What's the point of you?
Just some fodder so you think the whole town's in on a conspiracy.
Well, is it?
Nights in white satin, never reaching the end. Letters I've written, never meaning to send. Beauty I'd always missed with these eyes before. Just what the truth is, I can't say anymore, 'cause I love you. Yes, I love you. Oh, I love you.
Hello, I'm internet sensation Frankie Frayne, and I'm here to tell you to sign up for the Red Cow Entertainment Patreon. Sign up, you cheap schmucks.
In the content crapshoot YouTube, two men are testing tastes. John, Frankie, and a skeleton are in a Mac-consuming race. Each Halloween, Miss Noodle reappears with Mac so bad it brings them both to tears. She's followed around by a little girl with her Mac zombies and fake Frankies and her bottom pearls. You got I'll send them cheesy BoxMacs, the worst I can find. La, la, la. They'll have to try and eat them all, and I'll monitor their waistlines. La, la, la. Now keep in mind the guys can't control which of the Macs they recommend, but they can banter, sing, and make references with the help of their BoxMac friends. BoxMac roll call. Nina.
Vegan.
EJ.
Whiskey.
This thing.
Ingredient
If you're wondering how it's healthy to eat, nothing but random Macs. They eat other things outside the show. You should really just relax. For Maxery Science Theater 3000.
Hey everybody, I'm John. Welcome to the Noodle of Love.
Craftkeeper, what are you doing?
They say a watched pot never boils. They said it couldn't be done.
Well, Craftkeeper, it's just an expression. It's not really meant to be taken literally.
Right.
That it couldn't be done.
Oh, God.
Surprise, boys, it's me. We have a medley of Mac madness in store for you today. From cheesy recipes to noodly news stories, you'll be positively packed.
Sounds cruel and unusual, Miss Noodle.
You boys should be reminded that we are not teleconferencing right now. This is actually all pre-recorded, but meant to feel like a conversation as I anticipate everything you say.
Is that a fact?
It is a fact, Frankie.
Say something more complex.
Miss Noodle, make me a bacon mac.
You make the macs around here, Junt. Not I.
That's a generic response. That could be applied to a lot of things.
Perhaps, Frankie. But I know Junt was asking about a bacon mac. Well, that's the entire key, Craft Keeper, is to shred the chicken so it absorbs more cheese.
Place sucks.
No, I will not make out with you. Go on with the chlorophyll.
Hi, we have a great new invention today, the Smart Planet Mac and Cheese Maker. This invention is so unique because it's all in one.
Is it really that unique?
To clean. You boil the water, make the pasta, strain the pasta.
I thought shoulder pads were out.
And melt the cheese together. It's just excellent. It's so easy to use.
Why would you have this device in a kitchen that looks like this?
Bought mac and cheese and make it with the.
She's also going for Annie's, and
you could choose any pasta you'd like.
Is that like rancio?
Pasta. And use fresh shredded cheese.
Wait a minute, why not just use a pot?
You're an idiot, John. Turning the unit on, there's boil, low, and simmer. Turn it to boil, and this boils the water much faster.
But there's no water in it.
That stove top. So let's open the top.
Oh.
Pour the water in.
Oh God, yes.
That's not enough water to boil macaroni and cheese. What does this woman think she's doing?
Why didn't she use a clock wipe to transition time?
That's a very good question.
Instead, she just sort of crossfaded into a ghostly figure of herself.
It's very scary.
The American shredded cheese with their mac and cheese.
Now, why isn't she just going for a normal box mac?
I love the mac and cheese when I make it.
I don't know. I thought that was the whole point of the
I
device.
make it with Gouda cheese and Munster cheese.
She made some mac. She made some monster mac.
That you could try.
So what she's saying is there's a lot of cheese.
Okay, so the
There's many types of cheese.
Now I'm going to add my pasta.
Munster cheese, Gouda cheese,
goat cheese,
ingredient hole.
Don't touch the ingredient hole.
Times and let the pasta cook.
I don't think that water's boiling, woman.
Now that the pasta is cooked, we're going to strain it. What's so great about this invention is that it's all in one. The strainer's in one.
Don't say anything about her breasts.
No extra dishes to clean. Let's strain the pasta.
Let's drain.
They really could have used a little bit of a
Now
filter.
we're going to add our cheese. You could use the
You talking about the windows?
cheese,
Yes.
but I prefer to use natural
Look at that
cheese,
reflective
real
marble.
cheese. So you just open it up and add your cheese.
Very delicately,
As little
very
or as much
slowly.
as you'd like.
That's not going to be enough cheese for anybody.
Why are they trying to make a roux in this thing? Is that,
stir.
am I mistaken?
And
This is going to be gross. All she has in there is pasta and a little bit of cheese.
Now we have perfect mac and cheese. It looks fabulous.
That is not like a studio kid. That's not like the kid you
natural
like
ingredients.
just shove it in his mouth.
I think it's a real awful kid.
And the best part is
Look,
I have
he's
no
gonna
pots
spit it
and
out.
pans to clean.
He really doesn't like it. You can see it on his face.
I'm so happy.
I'm so happy, Johnny.
She did not make that with that.
Hi, everybody.
What the?
All right, Mickey, are you gonna make a pie?
Oh, of course.
This has millions of subscribers.
Oh, it's gonna be nice and cheap.
Its corporate mascots make gross food.
Mice love cheese.
Why is he? Oh my God!
Good.
It looks good.
This mouse is insane.
This mouse shouldn't be in this house.
That mouse shouldn't be in that house without a spouse.
What?
So it is intentionally gross. The person off camera is saying, "Don't do it, Mickey."
Macaroni and cheese and cheese with.
They're making a mac and cheese pie.
We're making pie. We're not making. Like,
This is an abomination.
for like a tailgate party.
Oh,
This is a sin. A sin against macaroni and cheese.
Calm down.
I just want to know why we haven't dressed up like licensed characters and done this.
Is this in compliance with local copyright laws?
Oh, I really doubt it. But how could YouTube filter for it?
Really bad.
no, it doesn't.
You're right.
Great. I think you're really gonna like it.
What are they eating now?
That's the finished product.
But that's clearly a lemon meringue pie.
Yeah, I don't like it. No. Sorry. Sorry, Mickey.
Oh, well. Hey, how come if they're gonna put a grown woman in a Mickey Mouse costume, why wasn't it Minnie Mouse?
I'm not sure.
Oh, it's Ellie Awesome.
Back with another taste test here with my little sister who is taller than me.
Is she from New Zealand?
Australia.
Oh dear.
They're similar.
The continent of Australia.
Velveeta, shells and cheese. We're both Australian, which will be better.
They're both Australian, not just one.
Well,
I
yes.
don't think you can microwave that one though.
Normally, your sibling is from your own nation.
Maybe that means it's more legit.
In Australia, do they always have to microwave macaroni and cheese?
Microwavable.
Well, we've had it before, and we boiled it.
I feel like this is a weird American. I feel like I'm speaking like Sarah Palin right now. 3/4 cups of hot water and stir. It'll be worth the effort.
Their American accent is C+.
Epic or amazing, but it's nice. It'll be done by.
Holy man.
It'll take 3 minutes.
Just those camera effects. Dog does up the production value.
That is the size
Of a tangerine.
Yeah, pretty much.
The size of a small child.
Oh my gosh! Wait, Diana, look how orange this is! That's fluorite! It's neon!
These girls are too excited about living, but this is the way that girls are, isn't it?
Patriarchy.
They also have, I don't know if they have millions of subscribers,
And it kind of smells a bit sour.
but they outrank us by thousands.
Oh, it reminds me of rye bread. Well, let's go on to the American one. There's no flavor. There is flavor. It reminds
Flavor.
me of that cheese paste.
No flavor.
Yeah, Kraft cheese paste. It's like
Kraft cheese paste.
Kraft cheese paste.
AKA cream cheese.
really American. From going.
What exactly is an American taste?
Open your mouth and I'll show you.
Reminds me of America. This flavor.
Have you ever been to America?
Stop eating it. I actually don't like it.
Is there anything to say, really?
Super not funny, guys.
This is a scene from Clockwork Orange, if I remember correctly.
Uh-huh. It has beautiful fidelity.
Like, nice sustain.
Yes. Ooh, I like that they went up instead of down. That's very nice.
Fart, belch, and vomit. Vomit with 2 M's for some reason. They actually misspelled vomit on the packaging.
Stomach. You really cannot go wrong when the 2 main ingredients of a dish are macaroni and cheese.
You're right.
Have you ever seen a news segment about mac and cheese kick off so seriously?
Oh my God, he is so serious.
Did Matt Cooker live up to its name? Carly O'Keefe has this Does It Work test.
That's right,
Ooh.
John. This news broadcast tested the
That
Rapid
kid
Mac.
is way better than the other one we saw earlier.
Matt Cooker claims to be the fastest, easiest way to make mac and cheese right in your microwave
Well, I think it is.
bowl. So what's different from this bowl and this bowl?
Nothing.
They had the same question.
It's just the right amount of water for even heat distribution.
Now, do you see that? Rapid Mac does advertise that there's technology in the bowl.
Little plastic bowls. They're not cooked hardly at all.
So they found an unemployed mom to be on the segment.
It does say here heating times may vary. We're gonna give the Rapid Mac another try, another minute to see if it can do what it says.
Yeah, that's what we had to do too.
Yeah.
With that extra minute.
Maria adds the other ingredients and voila.
It's not bad.
But how does
I feel kind of a kinship to her.
I do too. I feel like we're different souls. Oh, I like that in microwave shot. That's my kind of shot.
Yeah,
I didn't even
Tarantino.
get that shot.
Rapid Mac's 5.5 minute time was up, the noodles still weren't ready.
There's still quite a bit of water.
This test is thoroughly flawed.
So I kind of think maybe the other bowl actually did work a little bit better.
See that?
Bowl took a full minute longer than the Rapid Mac Cooker,
Hard-hitting
but it did
news.
get the job done.
It worked.
So she
It worked.
stars on this.
It twerked.
Oh.
Look who it is. Our old friend.
Ah, this kid.
The jalapeno mac and cheese
Luke got it.
drunkard.
Just give me some bacon.
Rude.
Mac and cheese. When I watched the video a few days later, I couldn't even believe it.
Is this like a retrospective with him?
Yes.
Watching it, thinking, oh my God, like,
Look at the acting.
what the hell's wrong with me? Like if this isn't what I'm.
By the way, he was arrested later for some other violent crime after this event.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Hold on, get your hands behind your back.
As for the mac and cheese,
Absolutely.
it's gonna go to other people.
Was he high or drunk?
Drunk, yes.
All those who want to send donations of mac and cheese to me, please just Send it to your local food pantry.
Send it to BoxMac.
This kid has Charlie Wood chops.
No one will get that joke.
Authorities say a fight over missing mac and cheese.
Oh, dear.
To a stabbing and an arrest. Authorities say
Mac and cheese stabbing, which implies that someone tried to stab with a wet noodle.
That wouldn't work very well. I've tried it before.
Like a cartoon sword.
Yeah.
that set off a fight, and then Randy allegedly stabbed his brother. Right now, he remains in the police.
Oh, my God. The noodle. The noodle would take most of the damage.
Madame Tomas, we here today to cook the macaroni for Rocky and Carlo. They loosen up and real good.
Well, the man can't talk, but maybe he can cook a macaroni.
Making a mac and cheese, a Rocky and Carlo, a mac and cheese with an egg.
I cannot place his accent for $1 million.
It's Italian.
Is it?
Mm.
She's a professional to make it. She make it the best.
That's a woman?
It up there all over the thing, you know, all over the macaroni.
Mamma mia.
Man, I say, everything I do.
It does look delicious, even though it's spaghetti.
Ew, spaghetti? That's not a macaroni and cheese. That's spaghetti and cheese.
Macaroni, cheese, or Rocky and Carlo.
Later today,
I think I finally built our Franken-Mac.
Junt thinks he has the best mac yet, his own creation.
Could I make a better macaroni and cheese than the ones that they put out today?
And it's scary how good it is. Don't miss the BoxMac Spooktacular later today!
Right here on Red Cow Kids.
Frankie, we're here in the pumpkin patch, and we're gonna cook a special pumpkin homestyle mac today on BoxMac. Frankie, it's the fall season.
Yeah.
And I thought it would be nice if we cooked ourselves a nice fall-based pumpkin mac. Didn't we take a trip up to a certain restaurant in Lincoln, Rhode Island?
Oh, yes, I forgot.
And had a abysmal pumpkin mac.
I was like, well, pumpkin cheese, maybe. It was disgusting.
We're gonna try to do better today.
So I've decided to get in costume for the occasion.
I know, and I quite like this. This costume has some special meaning.
The second episode of Junt's Cart ever, we were at Savers, and we were looking at all the Halloween clearance, and you came across one of these idiotic chicken costumes.
That's right.
And you said...
They do have some cheaper costumes, like this delicious chicken costume. I'm kind of hungry, so I said delicious accidentally. This is a little bit of a twist on our normal homestyle mac, right? We're using mascarpone cheese. This is an Italian light cheese. It's like a cream cheese, but it has a little more of a sour flavor to it. Hopefully smooth things out and add a little bit of richness. Kind of like a sour cream, but a little toned down.
How are you gonna make sure that pumpkin goes well with a mac and cheese?
By using a lot of cheese, basically.
I think it's pronounced mascarpone.
Is it? Mascarpone?
Mascarpone.
Like you're in Massachusetts, you have a car, and you have to pone.
Mascarpone.
We're gonna put some nutmeg in.
Yeah.
That's gonna go really nice with the pumpkin. And we got some paprika too, and that's also gonna supplement the pumpkin flavor and kind of bring it all together.
The pumpkin almost asks for spices, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
But this isn't a pumpkin spice mac.
No. It has spices and it has pumpkin, but it's not a pumpkin spice mac.
What makes something pumpkin spice versus pumpkin?
I mean, I'm struggling with that, Frankie, because I think is the fact that you have a pumpkin flavor at all, right?
Right.
Then you add cinnamon and nutmeg. No cinnamon in this today.
I think that's
out of
what
the
it is.
question.
It's cinnamon and nutmeg, isn't it? You notice that for coffee flavors, the iced coffee is pumpkin, the hot is pumpkin spice.
That's right. Well, cinnamon as a cold flavor, I don't think works as well. I think you want your cinnamon and nutmeg to be kind of a hot, that's a very cider flavor.
Yeah,
right?
there's a cartoon that EJ made years ago about pumpkin spice lattes coming back.
I remember that. I love that cartoon.
I had a voice in it.
EJ, I have returned.
Pumpkin spice latte, I missed you.
He asked me to do it like Wacko Warner, which is already asking me to do it kind of like Ringo Starr.
Yeah. It's all in the same basic quadrant.
Take hold of my hand.
We have the craft keeper and his new wife-to-be with her sugar skull veil.
This recipe is of my own creation based on a couple other ones that I saw some things I liked from.
Did you look around the internet and not see anything you quite wanted to do?
No. So there was a pumpkin lobster macaroni and cheese that I thought was just, I wasn't going to put lobster
One
in this
too many
thing.
things?
Yes. And it had peas in it too, which is like, what are you doing? You're out of control. Get out of here.
Out of your gourd.
Yeah.
These must be gourd dogs.
There were some other pumpkin macs, but they didn't have roux in them, and we're gonna do a roux today because I'm a big fan of roux. And we're gonna use a medium shell pasta today from the Barilla Corporation. Kerrygold butter here, we've got 3 tablespoons of it. Medium heat, and the idea is just to melt this butter down. Now, I'd like to draw your attention while that butter's melting to this can of pumpkin. Doesn't this look like it's out of the 70s?
It looks old.
This branding is exactly the branding I remember as a child. My mother always used one pie pumpkin.
Meaning there's not been a rebranding effort at this particular.
No. And this is one of the only products I know of that still has that branding on it, and it's still got the same pumpkin pie recipe on the back. It has added a gluten-free thing, and the only ingredient is prepared pumpkin.
Can you imagine if them trying to dig out the source design for that so they can add the gluten thing?
They had to vectorize it and, you know, do all that stuff. It probably costs a lot of money.
Yeah. More than the rebranding of Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Rhode Island, the state of Rhode Island, spent ungodly amounts of money on a rebranding effort.
Yep.
And all they ultimately produced was a sort of little like come to Rhode Island video.
Yeah.
And it included video clips from Iceland.
Really?
Yeah.
But that's not Rhode Island.
Rebrandings are one of those interesting things, right? Where you always figure that there's got to be some talented person that will do it for low cost.
Yeah.
You always decide to pay somebody $1 million. We'll rebrand you for $1 million. Can you imagine the amount of MST3K episodes we could produce on $1 million? Manservant Matt put an awful lot of work into
a tremendous amount
into the
and
set.
It looked really awesome.
It looks. You've seen it by now. There's so much stuff that was created for this episode. It's almost tempting to just like keep making Mystery Science Theater knockoffs, but I don't think we'll do it.
I don't think we can.
The difference between homage and ripoff is
close.
2 episodes.
You're right. I have a medium shallot here that I've kind of chopped up a lot, and I'm going to add that into the butter.
It was a big decision to get in the chicken costume. EJ, tell me what the doctor tells you when you're looking for advice. They're like, what's important is what you want to do.
That's right. That's kind of exactly what EJ did. He even offered to you after you were dressed in the chicken costume to, if you want to get out of it.
Zach was the only one with the balls to be like, listen, I say go full chicken. That smells good, John.
Yeah, it's only going to smell better as time goes on, I hope.
But will it be ruined by pumpkin?
So I've got my onion going here. It just needs to saute a little bit more before we're kind of ready to bring in the flour.
Making pumpkin mac.
Making pumpkin mac. Medium shells. Have we ever done medium shells in a home style? Medium shell B-roll, there's not much of that.
You got your medium shells, you got your small shells, you got your mini shells, and then you got your jumbo shells?
Yeah, jumbo shells. Oh, there are large shells too. We don't talk about them very often.
Do you have confidence in this, Mac? Or is it just...
I'm acting like I do.
I have confidence in pumpkin. I have confidence in cheese. I have confidence that Halloween will be tasty.
Frankie, do you clean as you go when you cook? You don't cook.
I clean as I go in most things in life.
Yeah, I don't like coming back to the kitchen after you enjoyed a nice meal and there's a disaster.
That. Can the camera identify which pumpkins are fake and which ones are real? Starting on the left, obviously fake.
Yeah.
But what else? Is it obvious? You tell us in the comments.
Yeah, comment. It helps us or something.
I had chickens when I was a kid.
I did too. I didn't know you had chickens when you were a kid.
I was scared of them. We didn't really go in the yard.
You didn't have to take care of them? That wasn't like one of your childly duties?
Not really. Occasionally I had to lock up the coop and that was about it.
Did they lay eggs? Were they egg predation?
Yeah. We had a lot of eggs. Yeah. Serious amounts of eggs. And they were awesome.
Yeah.
Farm fresh eggs.
I'm going to add to this 12 ounces of cream slowly now. This is the basis for our sauce. We're just going to give that a minute to cook and thicken.
We went to Spirit Halloween last year.
Yep.
I went again this year. They're much more into the in-store experience now.
Really?
Like I'd say like it's almost half haunted house.
Is that so? Well, that's kind of the way you want to go, right?
Yeah.
Because then you're going to draw people in just for the experience and then they're going to buy something.
Remember when we were kids and they didn't really have specialty Halloween shops?
No.
But what they did have was Spencer's Gifts.
Yep.
And there was one wall during Halloween time.
It would go full Halloween.
But they had masks.
Yep.
And they had the best masks. Now they have a lot of crap masks. I went to Party City where it's just stuffed to the brim with masks.
Oh, I know.
But Spencer's had some, and you'd pay like $50 for a mask.
Could I just ask you to keep stirring this?
You wear a disguise, you look like human guys, but you're not a man, you're a chicken boo. It's from Animaniacs. The premise of every Chicken Boo cartoon is that this guy comes in and impresses everyone with his personality and swagger, even though he was a more or less mute chicken.
Yes.
And then at the very end of the episode, like his hat would come off, and somehow that would reveal.
And then that would blow everything.
And they were pissed.
Yes.
And
he would be legitimately annoyed.
But I'll be a swayed back marsupial. He is a chicken.
I told you that guy was a chicken.
And they'd run him out of town and they'd sing a song. You're not a man, you're a chicken boo.
You wear a disguise to look like human guys, but you're not a man, you're a chicken boo.
Animaniacs was filled with good segments.
Oh, it certainly was.
The kid that ran outside and told you some inane story about his friend.
Yes. I'm going to start adding cheese. 8 ounces of sharp cheddar and 4 ounces of Colby Jack. I'm going to set aside a couple ounces of this for the top, but we're going to put most of it right into this cheese sauce.
If you turn around, you'll see that Matt and Zach are sleeping. Matt, because he was up all night making the sets that we used today.
Okay. I've got 8 ounces of mascarpone cheese.
Mascarpone.
Would you like to try a little of the cheese so you know what it tastes like?
Yes.
It doesn't have much of a flavor. It's a light cheese.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a solid cream almost.
Okay. Did you see any recipes that included mascarpone?
I did. And I have never used it before. It was actually the lobster pumpkin mac that included that.
Don't you just love a good cheese sauce?
I do. I love it.
Don't you just want to ruin it with breadcrumbs?
With no breadcrumbs in our recipe today.
Ashley, where are you? We need a mac ruined. Where's Ashley's God now?
Here's where we do it.
This is how we do it.
Let me just get an idea.
It's delicious.
It's a good cheese sauce. The
really
mascarpone has changed it up.
It did, and it was good.
It doesn't have any spices. It doesn't have any salt in it yet.
Mostly cheese.
Here we go. We're going to use about 10 ounces of this can. Try to incorporate and stir that in.
It's changing the color.
Is it? What's it doing to it?
It's making it orange, my man, for Halloween.
Let's start adding in our spices.
How did you decide on the amount to put in?
I'm just going off my ratios. 12-ounce can, we're putting about 8 to 9 ounces in. And I'm going to start adding some spices to that baby.
Don't call me baby.
I've got a half teaspoon here of garlic powder.
Powders.
We're going to do another... Ooh, that's hot.
Oops. Careful, don't burn your You need them. It's where you get your power.
Half teaspoon of paprika.
This was my favorite Battlestar Galactica spinoff.
A half teaspoon of nutmeg. And a half teaspoon of mustard powder. Now I'm going to put a little bit of pepper in there too.
Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky.
All right, I've got my pasta here and our favorite baking dish.
I think this is going to be good.
I hope so. I hope it's going to be very good. The oven has finally reached temp.
It sounds a little bit like the Psycho Knife.
Salt to taste. You think it's a little too thick?
No, I don't think so. Okay. The time has come, the walrus said, of pumpkins and shit. Looks pretty good, John.
Yeah. This is the part where you got to be very careful. You got a lot of noodles there that don't have any cheese on them. We're going to use some Parmesan. So I'm putting a little bit of the extra cheese on top here. 15 minutes at 400 degrees. So we're just going to brown the top.
Cheese. What's the point of this again, just for textural juxtaposition?
I like browned cheese. We could have just broiled for a minute too. That would have done the same basic idea. Clean, natural propane.
And propane accessories?
Yes.
Damn, actually looks pretty good.
Okay, our pumpkin mac.
Happy Halloween. Nice job, John.
Thank you.
It's, you know what? It's fantastic. It's mostly cheesy, and there's a little tiny pumpkin spice in there, and it makes it kind of fun for the fall.
Yes. It's really just what we were looking for.
It's actually delicious.
So give it a try. It'll be on the website.
Man knows how to make a homemade mac.
Thank you. I was a little concerned before we baked it. After we baked it, it's become really incorporated, really nicely mixed.
It is. I mean, it's mostly just a mac and cheese.
Yes.
But there's just that hint.
A little hint of pumpkin.
And I'm really surprised because quite a bit of pumpkin puree ended up in it.
Yep.
But it's exactly the amount of pumpkin I'd want. If I ordered this at a restaurant, I'd be psyched about it and I'd come back to that restaurant.
That's wonderful. That's exactly what I like to hear. We'll be right back on BoxMac.
Oh my god, a top-down cooking video with tweet music.
Macaroni? Wait a minute, who puts their dry macaroni in cute little bowls?
These are jack-o'-lantern macaroni cups.
Oh my god, so cute.
All right, so they cooked some pasta so far. All right, butter's good. I like butter. Flour. All right, make a little roux. Milk. Yeah, milk's good. Again, the cheese in the little blue bowl. Who's gonna stage their cheese in a little blue bowl? Oh, I couldn't see the tea. It sounded like they just wanted salt.
I have always wanted to make one of these videos.
All right, so you've made macaroni and cheese and put it in cute little cups. And then what do?
You stick cucumbers in it for no reason. It doesn't even make it more jack-o'-lantern-y.
What? That's awful.
Shana.
What? Chinette?
China.
More than 400 boxes of macaroni and cheese, and he's here tonight to share some of his
Look, it's fat Jimmy Kimmel.
from Oakland, California. Please welcome.
He's not that fat.
No, but, you know, he's since slimmed down.
Yeah.
This is Ian Golder. He has the largest collection of boxes of mac in the world.
I've got a pretty good collection now myself, but it's not 400.
Not that often?
No, maybe twice a month.
Twice a month?
I've cut down.
You have?
I never even saw it in a box until I was in college.
Do you remember your first box of macaroni and cheese?
Sure do.
This is turning me on.
I appreciate the frankness.
I got hooked on it.
This is where I leave the room.
The tone is really, you know, it's really level.
Part of the world that day. For many people,
I wonder what his favorite mac is.
I don't know if he's ever been asked. They're so focused on the obsessive collection.
Yeah. That's not even that obsessive.
Collecting these store brands because
I love these old boxes.
They're old.
That they all have pretty much.
I remember that Prince one from my childhood.
Bowl of macaroni with a spoon.
Cremettes.
That brand doesn't even exist anymore.
So it's kind of like a snowflake collection.
All right.
They're all very close. Well, this is a group of.
The audience seems to like it.
Yeah. They can't believe the outrageousness.
No. Really could kind of go for some of that cremettes mac right now.
What's appealing about it?
It just looks tasty. It looks
like the
of
word
the
cream?
70s. Cream, yeah.
Ew.
What's going on
Well,
here?
I really like these because they came from all different parts of the country, and they're all different stores. but they all
Stock
use
footage
the exact
Mac.
same stock photo.
Oh, yes, they do, don't they?
Kohl's. Don't they sell clothes?
Look at this one. Instead of
Was
a
it spelled
photo,
with an H?
This is carefully drawn.
Oh, wow, it sure
Yeah.
is.
Hand animated macaroni and cheese.
Kind of like cut up intestines or something. It doesn't look natural at all.
Yeah, there's something odd about it, a little bit fat.
I wonder what the artist thought when he got that assignment.
Longest noodles.
Long noodles.
They do kind of look like.
But for some reason,
You're getting onto spaghetti territory.
Fries from McDonald's and just.
They look like straw fries.
Yeah.
And
Didn't we get some of those Macs sent in?
that none of them really.
What, like
agree
a
on how to
Mexican
spell
one?
Mac and cheese in Spanish.
Macaroni con queso.
Con queso.
You've got macaroni, macarones, con queso, y queso. This one has queso and this one has queso.
Oh my God.
Many variants.
Ian, please open a museum, thanks.
And they drop the and here.
Oh.
Macaroni cheese.
They don't really have one mac and cheese, so to
I really love that generic box. The middle one.
Yes.
cheesy macaroni.
That's a craft dinner.
Now the middle one is.
That's a Canadian box.
Oh, well, they don't. No frills there at all.
I'd like that back.
They love mac.
I like that bach.
I like that back.
I like that Bach.
And it's all in English, and then you put a little star with the American flag in the middle.
Wow.
He's got quite a collection, this man.
Yeah. See, Kimmel wants to paint him as a freak, but really he's just kind of trolling.
It's a pain because when you
It is.
strain, half spills down the
Oh,
drain.
God.
Oh, God, I've had that happen, Frank.
No, you haven't.
On the show, I've lost 4 noodles.
Never have.
What?
Hey, aren't you based on this thing?
Oh, my God.
And handy mixer.
Oh, God, turn it off. We don't want it to see its home.
What's going on?
Pot. It's easy.
Tell me what's going on.
And lock the lid.
So it's a pot with a cover.
This is like when your dog sees another dog of the same breed and has like an identity crisis.
Yes. Is that me?
Please don't make light.
The Mac
Ew, you don't mix the...
mechanism that blends food.
Do you remember how hot the ingredient hold was?
It was so hot. And it didn't touch the bottom, and that was a major problem.
That looks like good mac and cheese. I don't know what they made it in.
It wasn't made in this thing. That's for darn sure.
I get especially hot when you touch my bottom.
Look how much.
This is clearly a prop.
And then you can layer in some ground.
Drop some cheese chunks in the hatch for
Wait a minute.
I just like the sentence, drop the cheese chunks in the hatch.
Keep sauces from burning.
Just cheese chunks right in the hatch.
I'm totally lost.
It's okay, we're not going to light you on fire.
Beans and sauce for a hearty Texas chili.
Don't freak.
We're well beyond that.
With Mac Magic, it's so easy. We can do everything.
Couldn't you just use a pot, though?
I think they should have gotten the other woman from the other device.
Yes.
And she could have thrown her gazungas around the kitchen.
It would have increased the viewership.
It's not.
$29.99.
Yeah, we didn't buy it for that.
And get the Mac Veggie Pasta Maker free.
Wait a minute.
We don't have a veggie pasta.
What's a veggie pasta maker?
Strands and great cheese in seconds.
That's not pasta. Do you know what pasta is, TV show?
You'll get it all. Mac Magic with Deluxe Mac.
We actually got that recipe book. I feel like we didn't give it enough.
We didn't give it enough try. That's worth $80?
Call now.
You're not worth $80.
Thank God it's over.
All right, this is a silent cooking segment.
Oh.
Should help calm me down.
What is that?
Some kind of bacon.
What is this? Oh my God.
Well, it's a very long video, so we sped it up.
Oh.
But please enjoy.
They've got homemade bacon. Okay. Chopped. Okay, fried.
It kind of reminds me of the drug segments from Requiem for a Dream.
It does, especially sped up. Ooh, yeah, with the meth cooking. Fresh breadcrumbs. What? With the bacon?
John's short-circuiting.
Way ahead of you.
What? Garlic? What are you doing with it? Oh, God. Okay. Whoa. It's so fast and, like,
I like the
efficient.
sounds.
Me too. Fresh parsley is always good.
I don't know. So far,
there's nothing macaroni and cheese about it. Okay, you got some cheese. Got it. I'm gonna grate that cheese.
Gouda?
Just did it. Yep, Gouda. What are they doing here? Making fresh pasta?
They're making their own pasta. They're doing it all like on some mountainside.
Oh my gosh. This guy is like really serious about food. Why is everything gonna walk?
Gotta run before you walk.
Real milk as opposed to like fake milk? Yeah, it's raw milk.
Real milk. Real
All right.
cheese.
So he's basically just making mac and cheese.
Yeah, it looks delicious. Let's not.
It does look really good, but I'm not sure it would thicken out that nicely without.
Would you ever just make a cheese sauce and just eat it?
I kind of gotta have the pasta.
A vehicle, a vessel.
I feel like this man is cooking in another world, a world that's not ours, that doesn't have like the things that we have in our.
I mean, he
kitchens.
definitely doesn't have to worry about things like a job or spouse.
Yes,
he can just cook.
He can cover his pot with hot embers in order to get a beautiful chop that looks like that. And he has a stoked fire that's ready to go. It does look real good, though, doesn't it?
I hope it's evenly heated. You know, you ever like burn yourself
Oh,
on
yeah.
the less evenly heated piece?
Oh, it looks good though.
No! And now he's ruined it.
It was beautiful.
Hey everybody, I'm Melissa Moore, author of Holy A Brief History of Swearing.
Oh, motherfucker.
A study by Kraft Mac and Cheese revealed that 74% of moms say they've sworn in front of their kids. If you're one of the
a lot of moms.
26% who say they've
What's a
never
swear
sworn in front of
anyway?
their kids.
Is hell a swear?
Anyway, I'm here
Yeah,
to show you
hell
how to
damn
avoid
fart.
some of these not
Bart
so
Simpson's
perfect
classic
parenting
selection of
situations.
swears.
For example, when your kids are running around like caffeinated gorillas when you're trying to make a web video, you might say, "What the frog? You're acting like flipping goof nuggets. Take that."
If you say "what the frog," everyone will know what you mean.
Yes.
You might as well have swore.
Could say sucker, motherfucker, and
Or you can say, "Get off your monkey flunking tablet and get your shiitake mushrooms ready for soccer practice." No parent is perfect.
What do you think Kraft and this Mother Initiative have to do with each other?
I think it's just supposed to relate to the common mom.
I see.
Oh. This is a classic song.
This is unthreatening, is what it is.
A British song making fun of American doodles. That's a word for simpletons. And
Then why do we sing it?
Watch and find out.
Macaroni. Macaroni was a catch-all term in England for the scenesters of the time who sat between the restoration
the beautiful.
of fop and the dandy on the historical timeline of Trinity.
I'm a fop, you're the dandy.
Definitely.
And I'm a glorified pot.
Together we're a macaroni. Or there's a macaroni between us.
Totally amazing new pasta they discovered in Italy. It was, macaroni.
So if you're ever wondering which pasta is macaroni, this explains it.
I do not actually know what pasta is macaroni.
It's not a pasta. It was that they named pasta from Italy after a snotty, pretentious type.
That they were naming a feather, but that they thought a lame feather in their hat made them high society macaronis, which nobody should want.
You can't make me leave.
Now playing. A young BoxMac fan and her dumb boyfriend were victims of a terrifying phenomenon. Their story became the most documented case in macaroni and cheese history. Massacre at the Junt Place. Rated R. Now playing in IMAX.
Hoodles. All right, Craft Keeper. Do you have something you want to say to the people at home?
Come on, man. I just want some backdrop. Calm down. I just want easy. Some jalapeno. No. Mac and cheese.
You don't put jalapenos in macaroni and cheese.
Now look at this motherfucker.
When I sobered up, I gave it some thought. I was like, wow. That wasn't even me. That was like some other puppet skeleton. You know what I'm saying?
You're drunk. My talent. Stay still. Guys, stay still.
What? We have someone who needs Mac.
And BoxMac, what are you doing?
Making one of those top-down cooking videos, why not? It's twee. It's so twee.
Yeah, and stop sending me mac and cheese. Send it to Starving Africa guy.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
We love making Halloween specials.
Love it.
Holiday specials. This one, there's a lot of sets, lots of arts and crafts.
Yep.
A lot of things that made it fun, made it special, made it different than a regular BoxMac. You paid for it.
Yes.
You paid for it with your Patreon dollars.
That's right. Your Patreon made this possible.
If you want to see more stuff like that, go over to patreon.com/redcow-entertainment, I think it is.
Yep.
And maybe give us $1.
Yeah.
Maybe $1 a month.
That money goes right back into the shows that we bring to you, so we really appreciate it.
Thank you. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween and Guten Tag. My name is Werner Kraftkeeper, and I am the director of tonight's film. Several years ago, I saw in the cinema a cult movie entitled Birdemic, Shock and Terror. Its visual brilliance, honest performances, and state-of-the-art special effects made a permanent impression in my hollow skull. In the tradition of Birdemic, I present to you now BoxDemic, Salt and Cheddar. Please enjoy this cheesy movie and proceed only if you dare. Ha 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 ha. Thank you.
be right back with you.
Excuse me, miss.
Yes?
I feel I know you from somewhere.
Really?
Did you go to Noodleton High School?
Yes, how do you know that?
I went there too. So are you from here?
Not really. My mother lives up here, but I'm from Noodle York. How about you?
Noodle Haven. I remember you now. We were in cooking class together.
You remember that far? Wow.
Yeah. What do you do?
I'm a noodle model.
And a delicious one too.
Thanks. Well, it was good talking to you, but I have to get going. I have an audition for a modeling job. It was nice talking to you. Bye.
Same here. Actually, I was wondering if we could keep in contact. You know, contact.
Sure, here's my card.
Oh, here's mine. You know, my card.
It was nice talking to you.
You said that already.
Okay, bye.
This morning, flocks of deluxe smacks and spirals were found dead in Noodle York. In other news today, the population of polar bears have been declining rapidly due to unstable salt ratios in Arctic Circle. As the salt integrates, the polar bears are forced to move further north. Many have died of starvation due to the difficulty of finding enough food, such as seals.
What does it take to win your business today? Okay, I'll give you that. It's a 90% discount. Can we close the deal today? Great. Cool. Appreciate your business. Yes!
Hey, what's with all the noise?
I caught the big bowl of macaroni and cheese.
Yeah? How many B?
1 million B.
Awesome, boy.
Biggest sale of my career.
I like the way you mac.
Ashley?
Hey, BoxMac, what's up?
I have great news for you. Dream Noodles wants you to be. It's new. Cover girl model.
You're kidding.
No. This is the Whack Mac.
Of course I'll do it. Thank you for getting me the gig.
You're welcome. You work very hard, so this is your opportunity to impress. Talk to you soon.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, bye. Oh, all right. Okay. 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 All right. All right. Okay, bye. Bye. Bye, BoxMac. Hello?
It was nice to meet you at the MaxAc. So, How's your day?
My day's going well. How's yours?
Great. I made a big sale today.
Good. Fantastic.
Thanks.
I closed a big offer today with Dream Noodles.
Wow. Congratulations. I think you'll look great in all those noodle dresses.
Thanks.
So, how about dinner to celebrate a success? I know a good Vietnamese restaurant.
Sounds delicious. See you then.
Yes.
Hi, I'm from Pit Barrel Accessories. We have an appointment today?
Oh, yeah. Come on in. Wow. $20,000 for a grill?
Yes.
Where are you gonna put it?
Come, and I'll show you. And that right there is where we're gonna install your pit barrel.
Okay. 20,000, huh? Any way we can lower the price?
For you, sir, I'll knock off $1,000.
Okay, 1,000, huh? We have a deal. Hi, Ashley.
Hi.
Hi, this is for you.
Oh, thank you. That's very sweet.
Shall we?
So, why did you decide to go into macaroni and cheese?
It fits my personality. My absolutely electric personality.
Wicked.
That's right. I sell my own macaroni and cheese. Hopefully I'll be bought out. Exercise a stock option, walk away with tons of cash, spend that cash on macaroni and cheese, and make more cash with macaroni and cheese cash. You know.
I hope that happens for you.
Wow, thanks. Nobody's ever supported me like you before. So tell me about noodle modeling.
It's fast-paced and glamorous. It's so hard sometimes. My mother wants me to be a lawyer.
Do what you love. Follow your dreams. Listen to your heart. Don't feed after midnight. Blood is thicker than water. It takes two to tango. So what do you do for fun?
Mostly, I just hang out with my love.
What is it, your boyfriend? Let me see. Oh, hi, honey. How are you doing?
Mom, I met a man. Well, more like a junt.
That's great, honey. What does he do?
He's a Macman, and he really listens to me. He's not just trying to get something from me or something like that.
Well, hey, that's such a thing. Tell me more about that.
I got a job with Dream Noodles.
You know I support your modeling career, but it's always good to have a Macman up your sleeve.
I'm not sure he'll fit up anyone's sleeve, Mom.
That's my girl!
Ladies and gentlemen, I have some great news. Our board of directors has approved a buyout that will get Jump $1 billion.
I'm gonna buy a speedboat.
That was a good movie. Ratatouille. All about the dangers of undersalting.
That is the last straw. I'm gonna do my part to keep the salt ratios safe.
Good. You finally listened to me.
Well, Nina and I have to get back to work.
Work?
You know, work.
Well, you guys have fun with that. Oh, they're great. They're great. I'm about to sell all that BoxMac. Wow. It's going to be awesome. Oh, look at that. These BoxMac. They're the greatest stuff that was the way. Yeah, it's very exciting. You look fine. We've got some pumpkin ravioli and some more snacks today on BoxMac.
Just hanging out, hanging out with the family, having ourselves a party. Just hanging out.
Welcome back to the show, Boring Chuck from Ohio.
Yeah.
I see you got the official Chuck shirt. That's great. I love it.
Available on, where is that?
redcowentertainment.com/store.
Maybe I can help.
Oh, maybe. Oh, look who it is.
I'm gonna interrupt this date.
Oh, okay.
I was like, maybe we can make something kind of Halloween-y. Last year you made a pumpkin mac. I was fresh out of ideas after that.
Me too.
So Ashley, with her cooking prowess.
It is quick pumpkin raviolis.
Ooh.
It's pasta and it's pumpkin and there's a little bit of cheese, so it almost fits with your whole thing you do.
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost, yeah. Not quite a mac.
By the time you get to episode 120.
But Ray, it's not as though we don't have enough Mac.
No.
For God's sake, Frankie. There's new Walmart brands that have been out for months that we haven't even got to.
So what's involved in a thing like this?
We are going to use wonton wrappers. It's pretty much like pasta. We're gonna boil them instead of fry them, so it'll still have that pasta-like consistency. And we're going to fill them with pumpkin that has been made savory.
That's the One Pie pumpkin brand, same one that John used last year.
That's my favorite one. That can was so expensive this year. Pumpkin prices are through the roof. $2.36 for a can of pumpkin. Outrageous.
And it's usually not even real pumpkin. It's usually just like basic squash.
Yeah, I think it's just squash.
We're gonna use pumpkin and ricotta and some cheese and some spices, and then we're gonna plop them in the wontons, and we're gonna make a quick brown butter sage sauce. Do you know how to brown butter?
Not well.
Do you think she just browns butter? This is what she...
This is what I do, I brown butter. Did I brown butter last time?
Yes.
I thought I caramelized onions.
Caramelized onions.
Incorrectly, so says a YouTube commenter.
Well...
The filling is just going to be pumpkin and ricotta, and I feel like maybe one can might be too much.
Oh, sure. You can use whatever you need. We'll just throw the rest right in the garbage.
Okay, so do the whole can with maybe a...
I just said you don't have to use the whole can.
It's a production expense.
1 part pumpkin to a quarter part ricotta and
sure.
some healthy shakings of Parmesan. So we have...
Way too many, actually. There's like 300,000.
So that means there'll be 150,000 raviolis
There's
total.
actually 48 pieces, about 50 pieces in there.
Okay, so there'll be 25 raviolis.
So then it probably should be the whole can. Frankie, do you want to maybe try some snacks?
Here's the situation. We made 3 separate pieces of content where we try Halloween-based snacks.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed them. I was like, okay, that's all the content.
Yeah, that's
then
it.
Then Nina would uncover another snack and be like, you guys got to review this too. So there's a few more, some bonus snackery. These are snowballs, cream-filled snowballs from Tasty Cake. This is the kind of snack I would never buy on my own.
Really?
It's actually my favorite.
Because you're disgusting.
Wow, that's cruel.
Do you want a half?
Sure, I don't want a whole one.
Look, it's all ew.
What are you doing? It's upside down.
Here you go.
I thought you were gonna feed it to me for a second.
Hey, this is my date. You wash your hands sometime in the past century.
The shower was the last time.
Yeah, whatever.
Not as good as Hostess.
I'm fine with the inside.
I don't like the outside at all.
No.
That's my favorite part.
So maybe just eat it out.
Okay.
I'm throwing the rest out.
Okay.
Disgusting. Thank you, Nina.
Disgusting! I got some Dunks, which is what apparently the brand is now called, just Dunks.
International House of Pancakes has become an International House of Burgers.
Oh no, that's ended.
Well, then why did we talk about it at all?
Look, because
That
it's an
was the
advertising
point.
thingy.
More butter.
How much would you like?
Probably another stick if we have 25 raviolis.
Raviolis. We're gonna have a weekend in Fairhaven.
Will you tell Miss Lizzie that I've gone to Fairhaven? I can't stand it any more than you can. That's why I'm going to Fairhaven for a while. I don't know. I wasn't here. I was in Fairhaven. I have to get away. That's why I'm going to Fairhaven for a while.
They might have found out that you'd been away from Fairhaven.
And I know you'll have a lovely visit in Fairhaven, Miss Emma.
Can I trust you to put proper amounts of things in there? No.
It's quite a tagline. If you're gonna have a cookie, have a cookie. They're like, don't have a crap cookie. So these are pumpkin cheesecake cookies? That sounds pretty good.
I guess.
And look, you can't separate them from each other. Look, you're just gonna ruin the cookie. Look at this.
Oh, that's not Instagrammable.
Look at this. Yeah, Instagram's gonna puke.
I can get a boomerang of you trying to pull them apart. This is my evil social media plan.
Hashtag sticky cookies.
Okay.
Hashtag that cookie life. This is not a good cookie.
No?
Oh, do I need to eat it?
It's so dry. You got some gungus on here.
It's way too sweet, as everything is nowadays.
This has been the chant of the season.
Isn't that cookie too sweet? It's Frosted Flakes time, one of the sweetest cereals on the market. These are too sugary for breakfast. I mean, cereal in general is too sugary for breakfast. It is so saturated with sugar the whole way through. The flavor I mostly got out of it was some over sugary bursts. Too sweet, man. I don't know what it is. It's over sweetened, like almost all American chocolate is. It's not like overly sugared. This is outrageously sweet.
It was just so dry and like almost gummy. Like I bet they put gelatin in it to keep it soft.
Yeah, probably.
Look at that bubbly butter.
Oh God, it's bubbling far too much. But I think the butter is actually browned at this point.
Browned and carbonated. There's one last cookie, a Milano pumpkin spice. Do you want to try one of these cookies? The snacks that we don't really like that much, we're like, well, Matt will eat it.
Do you know that Yo Banana Boy is a palindrome?
Oh, really?
Oh.
That's like the Panama Canal one? Amana Plana Canal, Panama. When I went on my first date with Nina when I was 14, I told her that race car was a palindrome. Her brother like made fun of me years later about it. It's like, yeah, you thought that race car thing was pretty sweet. And I thought about it. I was like, it's kind of sweet. It's still kind of a long word to be back. You know, it doesn't sound like it's a palindrome. It doesn't sound like auto.
Don't you think it's so cute when a word is spelled the same forwards and backwards? I always wished my name was Otto. Just so I could walk backwards and yell my name, you know? Otto! Otto!
Did you put any of the red pepper flakes?
I did.
And I think more cheese can't hurt it.
Yeah.
And maybe a little bit more ricotta. Listen to that sound.
Get that Foley, get that Foley. I have a hot water boiler now. It's a new innovation as part of the tea station.
I did notice the tea station. I like that bamboo box.
Nice, hot water, ready to go.
You want to try a Milano cookie?
Frankie's the snack man.
I'm the snack man.
It smells interesting. It smells aggressively spiced.
Not that bad.
A base Milano is better than this, though. The chocolate's more balanced. Milano's a pretty good cookie as far as Pepperidge Farm cookies are concerned. The spice is a little overwhelming.
Tastes good dunked in coffee. Put it around the edges. And then you put that on top. You can fork them lightly if you wish. Or you can actually take like a glass and do a cookie cutter type thing if you want them to be fancy.
Did we really need to make this many, though?
That's what happens when I come to cook. He has leftovers.
Waste not, want not. Waste not, junt want.
Now, the ones that are more moist are a bit more forkable. This one was overfilled. That was this one's problem. Also, you put 2 on top.
Look, I'm tired. I want to go to bed.
The one thing about these is once you boil them, you want to kind of immediately, if you're not going to put them right into the sauce or right on a plate, toss them in oil because otherwise they'll stick together terribly. I'm bleeding.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I'm going to take care of that.
It's up to me to finish this.
Got a gross Band-Aid on my finger now.
Oh, my God. Nina, that giant spider, that giant daddy long legs.
They're so harmless. Unless they're in your mouth.
Cobwebs and blood?
Yep.
For that Halloween flavor. I'm gonna make my mom's cobwebs and blood homemade ravioli.
This thing came off my pudding can.
Take my penknife, my good man.
I think the forking is what's making this possible.
Forking up is my specialty.
You working on any exciting new books?
I've started to outline my follow-up book, but there's no timeline or publisher yet.
Well, your existing book is still available in bookstores and high-end retail facilities everywhere.
It's on the Target website, but not in the Target stores.
Oh well, hey, that's pretty good.
Mono, dough, and you could use this big pot of pumpkin for all kinds of.
This is another thing I recently got, Nina. This is a silicone pot cover, and I quite like them. You just put it over the pot.
Nina, I had a whole alternate stuffing idea to make these vegan, not realizing that the wonton wrappers had eggs in them. I have to at least know how to adjust things to be vegan. I have a vegan pumpkin soup recipe on my blog right now.
She wanted brown butter. She's got dark red butter at this point.
We take a little bit of the brown butter and put it on the bottom, and then you put the two raviolis.
Oh, you found the tool I was going to recommend for you.
I know things. Do you have a little bit of parsley?
A little bit of parsley?
A little parsley for effect.
A little on bottom, a little on top. I like this about you, Ashley.
Thanks.
You're a risk taker. You could do this with lobster instead of pumpkin, I imagine?
You could do it with just about anything, yeah.
Now, we're supposed to put a little cheese on top, too?
Yep. Brown butter just smells like candy. I just always feel so bad when they're like, Nina's here to smell the max. So, hopefully you don't hate this. There's no breadcrumbs.
I mean, the only thing that looks controversial to me at all is perhaps the pumpkin.
So, the whole basis
the whole
of
premise.
the dish.
All right, should we try these?
Let's try them.
Oh, it's really good.
Yay!
It's really good.
I always panic a little bit.
It's got a really interesting flavor.
It's very nice with the brown butter sage sauce.
Because the filling is so rich, you don't want a really creamy sauce on top.
The Parmesan on top was a really good idea. Really, really well conceived. Recipe will be online?
Sure.
You'll send me a recipe?
Oh yeah, I'll send you some bullshit numbers.
Well, thank you, Ashley. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your time together. But maybe I'll catch up with you later on in the narrative.
See ya. It's divine.
The phone is dead.
Can they get in?
Quick, barricade the door. That ought to hold them.
It looks like they're gone now. Maybe they got sleepy.
Why, Chunt? Why?
Come on in.
Oh, hey, it's you guys. Great movie, right? Ratatouille?
I can't get to my car. The box has attacked my car keys.
Something must have really cheesed them off.
Here they come. This baby isn't dead.
I'm hungry. I've been under the car for a long time.
Hey, look, an old guy. Hey, what are you doing? Didn't I tell you these boxes of mac are contaminated?
Hey, can we just talk about it at the picnic area?
Okay.
Sir, don't you know these boxes of mac are attacking people?
No way. They're dead from box flu virus. Global boiling is causing box flu, West Nile virus, and salts.
Yes.
We are burning our high flow water and overboil, which is causing global boiling, raising the salt levels of seas, and so many box species can't find food. They're unable to mate and birth young. This past year alone, 40 varieties of mac are uncookable due to overboiling.
You sure know a lot about BoxMac.
Well, I should. I'm a boxologist. It's not the boxes I fear, it's the folly of man. What a rat bastard he is, oversalting macs and causing global boiling. Nice meeting you all. Goodbye.
Right there.
They killed Nina.
I'm sorry, Frankie.
Why are you in the trees?
Well, this is my home. I live here, among the trees.
You live in the trees like a tree hugger?
You could put it that way. You're safe from BoxMac here. Have you noticed they only go after people in their cars and at gas stations? I'm most worried about the winter moths. They're turning these trees from green to red. Those moths used to die in the winter, but the warm, dry climate has caused them to take over the forest. Damn stupid, stinking global boiling.
You can come with us.
Oh, I couldn't. I have to continue my war against these winter moth caterpillars. Ah, I hear a mountain lion. I better get back to my treehouse. It was very nice meeting you.
Damn it, ran out of gas. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh. Look, they're flying away.
It's a long road when you're on your own, when you find peace of mind along the way. It's a long road. It's a long road.
Well, this is my home. I live here, among the trees.
I'm going to use my new Mac presentation dish.
I've noticed a lot of this around your apartment. What is this particular?
We don't have to talk about it. Basically, I've just changed my dining set over to this set entirely.
So what's the story behind these anyway?
This is called Village from Plotscraft. But they stopped making this in 2005, so I had to order all the pieces on eBay.
Is that kind of like a Rorschach thing? I'm sorry, I got really distracted. You've been talking about your dishware for the last few episodes?
Yeah?
I didn't know there was also a clock.
Look, I got a lot of other interesting pieces. I can introduce a new piece every episode. This is a garlic keeper. Its sole function is to store garlic inside, but also keep the garlic aerated, but in a dark environment where it won't sprout.
Oh my God, you've got more of these Rorschach things.
So this is I don't know how the hell you're supposed to use it, but it's a Plotscraft potpourri holder.
A soup tureen?
It includes a ceramic ladle. the rarest piece of the set by far.
I can't believe that didn't arrive damaged. Yeah.
I bought this locally, which is why it didn't arrive damaged.
Is this thing on?
So today, I'll be featuring Julian and his quintet. What a great album there was.
Morning.
Good morning.
You bringing a bowl with you?
Yup. This is breakfast.
I'm going up this early is there's no one on the road. We can this normally bitchy turn just fine. It was a full moon on Friday the 13th this year for the first time in 1,200 years.
Really?
Yes. We're in North Stonington, Rest Area and Information Center. I want information about Connecticut. It's a lovely morning, isn't it? A little humid. Spooky. Sorry, attendants don't have change.
So is it free area map or free area map?
It's a map of the free area.
Okay.
Well, this is just about the most disappointing organization I've ever seen.
All right, guys. Go ahead.
All right, are we on a road trip?
We're on a road trip. We're gonna go buy some falsgraph.
You've started a collection, but this is like a serious amount of it.
Yes. It's several hundred pieces worth. The price I'm going to pay for it today is $100 and take away 9 boxes of dishware.
Yeah.
If I go on to the internet and I ordered this stuff, it cost about $2,900.
Wow. And she has no clue what the value is.
I mean, she's selling it for lower than most people on Facebook are. This is I'm buying this through Facebook, but I have the feeling that she just wants it out of her house.
And you want it in your house?
Not 100%. Well, there's a few pieces that I want. There's the biggest piece they make, which is an 8-quart dough bowl, and that piece alone is $84.
And this is an all or nothing kind of deal?
All or nothing. And there's also glassware. And glassware, it's usually $8 or $9 a piece if I wanted to have some glasses to go with my tableware. She's got a ton of them.
How do you know you're not getting catfished by this lady?
I don't. I mean, I could show up and it could be Yorktown instead of Village Pattern, and then what do I do? Why are there these attraction signs without any attractions? If I could do 2-lane highways piss you off, you're never really comfortable in any lane, right? Because if you're in the slow speed lane, you have to deal with all the merges. You don't want to do that. You're in the high speed lane, everybody always wants to go faster than you. See, right now we've expanded to 3 lanes, and I'm in pleasure. Because I can just sit in the middle lane the whole way. Frankie, it's another attraction sign with no attractions. F-88! It has no attractions! 2 exits! 2 exits have no attractions in Connecticut! I just love how in Connecticut, the only highway is on the southern coast. So if you want to go somewhere in Connecticut, you have to travel along the southern border, and then you get to the point you want, and then you go north along a crappy little road till you're done.
What attractions are in this segment?
I know for a fact that there's a Mohegan reservation out here, so they're just being negligent to their signage. Look, here we are, 84N.
50 feet ahead, there'll be another attraction.
There is. There's another one.
Nothing on it.
There's another one coming up just after that.
There is.
No attractions. This is a wide boy highway up here. Look at this baby.
Yeah.
With its 6 lanes.
Check out that fat highway.
Oh, it's like I could go 2 lanes left or 2 lanes right and still be fine.
Please visit our website at city.c.
This is the Highway Advisory Radio of Connecticut.
This message was last updated on Sunday, September 15th.
It's not updated. Elm Street, coming Nightmare on. It's like $100 a seat, isn't it?
$100 a seat. My buddy ate 18 lobsters yesterday.
Lobster?
Prime rib and filet mignon. And he didn't even eat a salad.
Look, Frank, it's a pancake menu. You know you're at a real serious breakfast joint. Coconut, pineapple, macadamia nut pancakes.
You gonna do it? No.
They do have macadamia nut chocolate chip pancakes, though, which are a possibility. Then there's the breakfast menu. The primary breakfast menu is on the opposite side. Then we have additions, and then
this.
oh, okay,
we've got this one.
We've got Christie's. Okay, this is I think I'm gonna get a Philly cheesesteak with onions and peppers. omelet, and then I'm gonna get one of these macadamia nut with chocolate chip pancakes because I'm never gonna be here again. I'm in the middle of Connecticut. It's the only time it's ever gonna happen. $20, but you know, it's fine. When I've gone on road trips before, you find little breakfast places that are awesome, and then you're like, well, that was a great breakfast, and then you never go back because you can't. These are cool. They're like stainless steel mugs emblazoned with the logo of the place. This is my Philly cheesesteak omelet. It is delicious, and yours looks good too, Frank. This is my macadamia nut and chocolate chip pancake. Delicious. On the road again, off to get our photograph. So I think she might be a little surprised when I go to meet this woman because my Facebook photo shows like me from about 10 years ago when I was slimmer, like substantially slimmer. So she's gonna have this moment where she like opens the door and she goes, oh, and then she'll just play it off and it'll be totally fine. I get it all the time. So you can definitely get the raised eyebrows. It's like, oh, we're in the town. We're in Shelton. You're starting to get the businesses named like Shelton Pizza, Shelton Storage, Shelton Realty Co., Shelton Old Folk Home. None of these places really exist except for the pizza one. But Shelton Memorial Hospital. There's a Shelton promotional sign. Shelton House of Wigs. Shelton Floor Coverings. Shelton Kitchen Design Center.
Shelton Drywall.
Shelton Drywall and Plastering Co. Shelton Landscaping.
Shelton Food and More.
Yeah, Shelton Food Plus, yeah. You know, it's just, there's lots of places named, you know, after the town. Should I go up to her front door? Probably. And then I'll back down what she wants me to.
Hello.
Hi, Jamie?
Oh my God, no, she's not here, but...
Oh, yeah, I'm picking up the dishware, yeah.
Yeah, put your car in the driveway. My wife's gonna open the garage.
Sure thing, thank you.
Did they in actual fact seem surprised by your fatness?
I never got the impression. He approached me with the same amount of caution that I would have approached anyone coming to my house with.
Right.
Sitting next to the car. And the big ones we can set right into the...
You got it all in there?
Oh, yeah. All fit beautifully. And a bonus cheese tray.
Any regrets?
No.
Look at that.
Wonderful. It was stuff from their wedding,
right?
Which 40 years ago, he said. So 40 years ago would have been 79, and this was height of popularity in 79.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell the other guys, but I got the scratch while packing the photograph. Oh, man. Oh, come on, Frankie.
The Cheese Times says this is a Halloween special you can't miss. BoxMac's Maxtory Science Theater 3000, right after the premiere of Photograph, only on Red Cow.
Frankie, we've got a fall Apple Mac today on BoxMac.
Meow. Look at this photograph!
Oh, it's quite a lot here, isn't there?
Yeah, this isn't even close to the whole collection.
No, not even close.
This is just a Sousson.
Yeah, Sousson.
I bought you a hat.
You did.
You never enjoy the chef's hat. I thought, this is just a little something.
Yeah.
But sure enough, it keeps falling off.
Yeah, I can basically move my head like very slowly this way. Any like.
So text 11 Red Cow to let us know should he make an effort to keep it on or let it fall. I, of course, unfortunately didn't come in costume.
No, you're just you as you normally are.
Yeah. I wanted to feel cute. You've prepped, yet another fallish Mac.
Yes, well, we're gonna give it a try. I have never made this recipe before. I have pulled it out of the air.
There's always a John hand in the B-roll.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do it with my cat. What do you call this Mac?
It's the Apple Mac.
Yeah, the Apple Mac?
Apple Mac.
I can only think of one time where we had apples in a macaroni and cheese.
Yes.
It was when Ashley made it for the 4th of July.
That's right.
So bacon, obviously white cheddar sauce base, and then bits of apple, because apple and cheddar are delicious together.
They are. I think it's a high-risk maneuver. I don't think so. I think you got to think more gourmet, Frankie.
I can also think of a time when you kind of borrowed from a bunch of recipes and made something really good with it, and that was 2 years ago with the pumpkin mac.
Yes, that's right. And I did read a few recipes to kind of get a I selected the Gruyere.
One of my favorite cheeses.
Yeah?
Citrus is going to clash with the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make it not.
Yeah.
But I think it's still gonna come through and it's probably still gonna be a little weird. I guess it's just moderate the amount of apples that are being used and also provide cheeses that are good, very complementary. Because it's very traditional to serve like apple slices with slices of cheese, for example. And we have a nice sharp cheddar to contrast it. The Velveeta is so that you can make this mac at home. Now, if I was just doing this by myself, I might just use the sodium citrate, but I don't expect that you'd have sodium citrate in your home.
But the way you solved the pumpkin mac was you just added a lot of cheese.
Yes, and that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna have more than a pound of cheese for this pound of pasta. I think, Frankie, I'm gonna have to take off the hat.
Do you want to put it in one of these bowls?
Oh, sure.
I'll tell you, I bought all of these materials at Walmart for like, I don't know, like $20 total. It's so cheap. You go to like a Spirit Halloween, the wig is like $30.
Yes, yeah.
This is like $3.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start by chopping up some apples. I've got Granny Smith apples here.
What made you choose Granny Smith over any other kind?
Because they're less sweet and more tart. They're kind of the quintessential cooking apple. And I do want the apple to kind of be somewhat of a feature in this. You know, I don't want it to be just, you know.
We're trying to avoid it.
Yeah, like we're trying to hide it. This is apple cutting B-roll, which is not a lot of B-roll in that category.
No.
A little bowl. Can you guess who the manufacturer of the bowl is going to be, Frankie? This is daily Faltzcraft. This is my favorite bowl. A nice, wide, flat bowl, good for serving pasta. Frankie, you're special today.
Oh, wow. It actually has writing on it. I've not seen one with writing on it. Let me pose with it.
That's a hard plate to find, actually.
Yeah?
Yes.
Smash. I really, truly don't want to see any of these get damaged on you.
I don't either.
I really hope a day never comes when any of these break.
Thankfully, for most of them, there are replacements available. Like that bowl, really rare. I think it would cost me probably $150 to replace this.
Wow.
I only paid like $10 for it.
So how do you end up deciding which ones you're going to use, which ones are going to be more artifacty? That one, if it's a $150 plate.
Things are meant to be used, right? If you're not using them, what's the point of them existing besides decoration?
Well, I think at a certain point, something is so valuable that you don't want to beat it up.
Well, cars are valuable, but we use them basically until they're worthless.
Yeah, but you don't take like your $70,000 car and like drive like in the mud. And you ask everybody to be super like, basically don't use this while we're using it.
I mean, that is one strategy, right? Covering the nice furniture with plastic.
Yeah, my dad, you know, he was always really meticulous about the back seat and stuff.
Yeah.
For a long time, he had like a blanket, like a kind of an ugly blanket over like the back seat. And it was like, but now it's an ugly car with this ugly blanket, but it protects the seats. What is the point? What's going on, Dad? You've turned me into this.
Would you like a piece of apple? Sample it?
Yeah, I'll take a little apple.
It's not an apple you'd normally like just chomp on.
It's like very flavorful.
Yeah.
You guys ever have pasta with apples in it? Ever in your life? You're an Italian guy. The Italians ever do this?
We're gonna use our favorite Desello Occhiette.
Meow, 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 meow.
Bruschette.
Meow, meow, meow.
He wants to pronounce it every other way besides how it's obviously spelled.
Yes, I can't manage words.
I think it's DeCecco, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
I think it's DeCesso.
Okay, fine, but you were saying like Dechasse.
Tedeschi. My normal pieces of everyday Faltzcraft have been moved around.
Are you pissed off a little bit?
No.
Admit it.
Yes. A stick of Kate's butter here, which is one of my new favorites.
Holy, Kate's is to Kerry Gold.
Yeah.
As Smoked Gouda Artisan Crafted is to Cracker Barrel?
That's apt, I think. It's just a really nice cooking butter. It's very creamy.
Melts easy.
Yeah. Kerry Gold, if you heat it up, it'll separate pretty easily.
Right.
This will not. We're gonna put those apples in and let those cook for just a minute or two.
How does that make you feel, putting those apples in?
Concerned. Our oven is up to temp.
Meow, meow, meow. Let's be real. When you cook at home, you don't mess around too much. You want whatever the meal is to work out for you.
Exactly.
Because this is your food we're talking about.
Exactly. This is my food. I gotta eat this tonight.
Right. But when you're on a YouTube show, experimentation is downright encouraged. We kind of have pre-agreed that if it sucks, we'll throw it out.
Yeah, exactly.
And you wouldn't do that with normal food.
No.
You would be like, let's cook something stupid and throw it out if we don't like it.
This is not gonna be like disgusting, I hope.
It's gonna be disgusting. I'm gonna bring it back to my disgusting cats. We're all gonna lick it up.
You probably have never seen it, but the musical Cats.
I've gone to see the musical Cats.
You have?
I don't know if you know this about me. I have some family who runs a rep theater company.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and they've put on Peter Pan and Jesus Christ Superstar, and they're actually really good shows. And they really work hard. That's the key difference.
Yeah.
Is they work their asses off on these shows. And I saw a production of Cats, and I'm guessing, just based on production value and commitment level, that it was a good production of Cats.
Yeah.
But boy, is that not a good show.
Yeah.
I remember it being total nonsense.
Yeah.
not being able to tell characters apart. And I only remember the one song, the one that everybody remembers. Memories in the mother.
You don't remember?
I remember the Mr. Mistopheles.
Mr. Magical Mr. Mistopheles.
Yeah, not my favorite.
Angelical cats, angelical. I also went to go see it.
Yeah?
And I don't really care for any of his musicals, to be honest. I think they're all kind of...
Andrew Lloyd Webber?
Yeah.
Well, I'm Phantom of the Opera. It's pretty sweet. Angel of music.
You gonna see the Cats movie?
Are you gonna see?
No, it looks terrifying.
That got memeified real quick. That and the Sonic movie there. They
Yeah.
both deserve it. Let's face it. Remember when Snakes on a Plane came out and they thought it was going to do big business because of the memification?
Yeah.
And it didn't.
Because the problem is that memes have a very short life cycle.
And they're honestly only consumed and propagated by a fairly small amount of the population.
Yeah. So these are softening up a little, which is what we want.
Just smells like steam.
Steamed from the steamed clams were...
Now, in case you're wondering, Frankie, there are false graph flour containers. However, they're not practical for storage in cabinets. They're meant to be like display pieces on your countertop. Lifting them down continuously and up, it's a little too...
You'd have to figure something else out.
Nah, I'm not gonna.
A new system.
And I don't use flour often enough that I think it really makes
Fair enough.
sense.
Look at this. I just want to point this out real quick. If this is recessed too much, the silly sliding door that he's installed, you have to do this to get it out.
No, you don't. Frankie, right here. There's a hook to let you take care of that.
You ever have this in life where you don't ask?
Just reducing the shallots a little bit, getting a little heat on them.
This is like happening right now.
Yeah, we're getting there.
What happened to the roux?
It's starting.
There'll be cheese in this mac and cheese?
I'd ask you to open up those cheeses, but...
My cat paws?
Yeah.
Fruit flies flying around all the apples, pooping on the false graph.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking of buying a little dining room table and putting it in that piano room there.
That would justify the false graph.
Sure.
I mean, that's what you're looking to do here.
Basically.
Some of it's in boxes. Tell me the truth.
No, it's not. Oh, well, a very small amount is in my bedroom of pieces I think I'll rarely use. But most of it I cleaned out my mother's dish cabinet and put them in the dish cabinet.
Oh, nice. What does your dad think? He's like, okay, cool.
He thinks it's a nice set. I mean, my mother had the Yorktown.
I'm trying to figure out, like, what is it about false graph? I thought it was like a nostalgic like thing with your mom, but
It is.
But she went with the other pattern.
Yes, but it's also, I don't know. I mean,
Try to take me seriously.
I can. I think it's got a really classic style. Certainly some of the pieces are very elegant.
I noticed that the graphic itself is kind of low res.
It is, and that's intentional. They were all hand applied, hand painted, and they were all made in the U.S. Oh, I don't collect any of the China pieces, just the U.S. made ones.
Did they say fine China because the dishware is really made in China?
Yeah, it used to be. They've turned the term China like to just mean dishware.
I never hear people say that. When I was a kid, everything was fine China.
Yeah.
You turn on any sitcom, they're talking about fine China.
Well, I think that...
And quicksand. I interviewed somebody for our documentary who, like, the one thing she was excited about for her wedding was that she was going to get some gifts, and she was like, maybe we'll get some grown-up dishes.
He didn't really want to do the registry at all. He didn't want to register. He didn't want to bother. He didn't want to pick out anything. It's like, well, it'd be nice if like we could have like real plates like grown-ups. You know, that might be cool. Like to like have some dishes we like or something.
Maybe we can telegraph as grown-ups based on our dishware.
Now, this Gruyere. This is from Aldi.
You're like a little worried about it.
It just doesn't have a lot of flavor.
I kind of want to lick it up.
Kitty lips.
I'll come down 2 steps for it, but not 3.
She'll go 1 step, but not 2.
I just want to say, hey man, this is somebody's fetish.
So today, Frankie, we're going to be baking in false graph number 320, 3-quart casserole.
That's going on a bit. A lot of breathing and slurping.
Thankfully, I've got some extra sharp cheddar. Needs a little more sharpness, so we're going to put that whole
I
thing in.
suspected that was the case. Okay, this is the money shot. This is a kitty shot.
Trying to not get all that oil if I can avoid it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try it again in a minute and see if I need to make any flavor adjustments.
John's going to try some with some apple.
It's pretty good.
Weird?
No. The apple kind of fades away, to be honest.
Yeah, because this has apple in it.
It's a little warm, so just be careful.
Well, I think the cheese sauce is super good, first of all. The fact that there's an apple in there.
It's a little weird, right?
Okay, John's going to pour the cheese into the pasta.
Pour the cheese into the pasta. Put it right there.
We'll see them in a moment.
See you in a bit. This is an apple-shaped baker. I was gonna use it to bake today, but it's too small, as you can see.
Got a nice Flotsgraph.
Yeah.
We sure do mispronounce it all. It's one giant apple. No! I'm just gonna say something to you right now.
Yeah.
Kind of share your love of Flotsgraph. Do you think that you will like the apples?
I think I'll wish that I had just made a nice regular mac. It's just a nice macaroni and cheese that some jerk put apples in.
So it's excellent.
Yeah.
Absolutely excellent. You know, the shallot really does a lot.
It does.
It may be that mild Gruyere was actually a good thing.
Yeah. You know what I don't taste at all? Apple.
No. When you hit an apple and your teeth sink into the apple, it releases some apple juice.
Yeah, it's a little nice.
And it's definitely not offensive when that happens. You're not like, ew, 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 apples.
I double the amount of apples, and maybe that would be a bad idea, but...
It's just really good. But it doesn't necessarily evoke the fall or Halloween or apples or a harvest or an orchard. I think it's an accomplishment. You added apples into macaroni and cheese, and I didn't mind. But I also didn't notice.
Yeah.
Let's get back to the road trip and see how it works out.
Yeah.
What was it?
It was an 8-quart dough bowl, and it's the biggest single piece ever made, and we broke it 3 minutes from picking it up.
It's like a record.
We put it behind the seat so it wouldn't get damaged, and then we changed drivers. Frankie moved the seat forward, we turned the car on, and the seat moved back because it's my key and it goes into my position, and it shattered the bowl instantly. Clay not seen exposed to the world since the 70s. Oh.
The bowl is big pieces. John went,
oh no! That's like one of the main pieces I came out for. And it didn't even look like it had any crazing on it.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. I don't blame you at all. And did I really need an 8-quart dough bowl to begin with? Probably not.
Let's put the nail in this coffin. You definitely
No, I don't want to hear your anti-logic. I want to feel bad. 40 years these people had it and taken good care of it. 5 minutes in my hands, it's ruined. There's a problem with this type of dishware, Frankie, in which it develops cracks in the glaze. I spent the most time with the big bowl, which we crushed. And looking at this one piece now, it looks like it is after the glaze cracking incidents were resolved. And it means that extra large bowl we crushed would have been even more rare.
We crushed?
We crushed. We did. When you moved forward, it slid flat. Okay.
So the way I see it
So now
is-
it's taking up the maximum space. And then when you came back, it couldn't go back up, so it just smooshed. You didn't know how to act.
I was scared about what was happening.
It's fine. It's fine.
I didn't say it wasn't fine. I want to know who's to blame.
Me. I ordered a replacement bowl for $33. It'll take a little time. It has to come from New Jersey. I'm gonna take it right down to New Jersey, get another bowl, put it behind the seat. Smash it.
That's how we get our rocks
That's
off.
how we get our rocks off, is smashing bowls. Smash it as soon as you get it. Like right after you hand over the money, just like smash the whole thing. 7 years of bad bread because we broke a dough bowl. Somewhere in this plaza is a Halloween city. It looks like it's the same concept as the Spirit Halloween.
I don't even know what city we're in.
Okay, Google, where are we?
Okay, where are we?
We're in Milford.
So we've been to a Spirit Halloween. We have not been to a Halloween city.
It looks like the same basic concept in which they've taken over an empty storefront and made it into a temporary Halloween store. But what was this store? Like something
Was it a Target?
$100 skeleton dragon.
For the same amount of money, you can get a bunch of Flotsgraph.
And then break one. Yeah. That's pretty scary.
Kids doing something innocent, but
With broken ankles.
Yeah, very broken ankles.
Like babies with knives and big teeth. I don't...
I'm gonna cry.
I thought you were gonna fart.
It is a little frightening, isn't it? It's got a cauldron that was about the same size as that piece of Voltgraph.
More durable for sure. You can...
A lot of Pennywise stuff this year.
Yeah.
Is he gonna do the cool dance?
Animated bat lights or animated ghost lights.
Oh my God, look at this display. It looks like there's like a Christmas element to it.
Yeah.
Haunted movie projector?
That's a cool prop.
So what does it do? Does it actually try me?
It's just nostalgic. Oh, does it project something? Oh, that's kind of cool.
Does it eventually turn like horrifying?
I think that's it.
Pretty horrifying. It feels a little more warehousey to me than
Just be the space. The other one was in Circuit City.
Field Screams
back end cab coming soon. Like the coming soon signs are all over. The biggest googly eyes.
Yeah, that's more Matt's speed.
Yeah, I love me a good googly eye.
You look good. This could be a look. Hide those grays. I mean, it is a fedora, and those have gotten really
They're kind of back in style.
bad raps.
But the lamest possible Turtles costume. I mean, at least this one you put a little work in.
Are you really gonna show up to the party in that?
In a Leonardo hoodie.
I don't know, guys. I don't like costumes normally. But see, she would get away with it because if you were actually that sexy, then everybody's just excited that you're
Well, you
there.
know, these guys are handsome enough. Which one would get away with it? Probably the guy with the fake muscles.
I think attractive men don't have the same social power as attractive women.
No. So it's costumes, and then there's just like a straight up lingerie section.
It's a hot take. What's the deal with sexy Halloween costumes?
Hey, you have a sexy Halloween
I mean, come on, sexy Grover, really?
You don't have to spend $60.
You could be a guy on a toilet for Halloween.
That's kind of, got baby legs there.
Yeah, first of all, he's he's disabled. Second of all, what's with the face? The face is like, toilet!
Does the tablet come standard with the costume?
You know what's gonna look really dumb is when he walks.
There's another one. This is quite the thing. This is like, sumos are obviously fat, but you're going to say that like policeman Pudge.
Boy, did these porgs go away. They were here for a moment. Everybody wondered what they'd be. And they're gone.
They're nothing. There's one costume left in there.
What's the deal with underwear?
This is in the Red Cow Costume Library,
It
first
is.
of all. And I don't know why this one isn't.
Pirate waffle review?
Yeah.
Robot waffle review.
Robot waffle review.
I could make a robot costume.
Yeah, I know you could. I do.
No, I'm being super literal. I wasn't making fun of you in the least. John will do a dig and then he'll try to save it. And I'm here to stop him.
Try to like back off the dig a little.
Yeah. What do you have here? Lingerie?
Yeah, Red Devil.
Can I be totally honest?
Yeah.
I find the fairies and stuff a little bit hot.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is cute.
A girl with wings somehow is interesting.
Sure.
I mean, put some effort into it, not just show up in underwear. And the male equivalent is like at a costume party, a guy will show up in like a basketball jersey. Like, who's my costume?
He's like, I'm a basketball player.
These invoke.
Here, Rocky Horror or Elvira, Mistress of the Night.
Mistress of the Dark?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Rocky Horror just on its own has probably kept the drag costuming alive.
Would you still enjoy that show if you went to go see it?
Like going
live?
to it? I think so, just for the nostalgia. I would never dress up, but I would go and like be an old guy in the back, like being like, I used to go to these. I went years ago and it already felt that way.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to get home by 2. It'd be cool if Glow was into Rocky Horror, I guess. That'd be kind of fun. I'm just here to ruin everything for her by liking it too. Hey, does anybody want to get my daughter some stilettos?
It's like if I was watching Star Wars and my dad showed up in the Millennium Falcon.
You guys want to go, hey, Billy would love it if you guys went to Warp Speed or wherever you call it.
This is also strange. I almost don't want to talk about it. Pair of antlers for you? You make a good, like, Mr. Tumnus.
We got some Deadpool party suits. Deadpool's in.
Yeah.
You know.
Guardians back end cap coming soon.
This is 2019. What outfit can you wear this with and have it be okay?
It really wouldn't work out for anyone. I don't understand why it's in stock. You look at it, to be honest.
Do I?
And the giant sombrero, people are very
It's the
sensitive.
same thing.
What if you put on both? And it was a comment. In comedy, they call this
Hat on a hat.
Look, it cancels each other. It's a double negative, okay?
Exactly. It actually means I'm quite progressive. That is haunting. You have no idea how crazy looking that is.
I would be
holy
uncomfortable.
Cause I'm the shitty man. Whoa. Whoa. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna do the best I can. Whoa.
Is this meant to evoke
a Christmas story?
Yeah.
No, I think it means it's supposed to be like you're drunk and you're wearing the lampshade at the end of the night. Ha 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 ha.
I see.
Wow.
You ever been to a party where that's actually happened?
When someone puts on a lampshade on their head?
Yeah.
And they didn't mean to. They're like,
And
wow.
And I've been to some pretty
You've
big
been to
bangers.
some parties and that has not happened. So it's just a meme.
Ballerina Bat is actually a Brand X thing for Vampirina from Disney. And I know this because
you're a father
I have a
and
2-year-old.
you have a 2-year-old.
Oh,
I wonder if some of these other ones
Vampirina.
are too, like She-Wolf.
Like pretty much all of this, I think, is Vampirina inspired.
Yeah.
Zombarina. See?
Zombarina.
This is very
They're like, well, what else could we arena? Werewolf arena?
A beauty school dropout.
Aw.
Is that like still a
Dropout?
thing in society?
Like, do people even watch Grease?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. Maybe not.
This is very Hot Topic to me.
Yeah, Hot Topic isn't what it used to be though. Hot Topic is not about
It's
emo
alternative.
anymore. You know, memes and stuff like
Like video
that.
games, bands.
Yeah, not like the gothy thing. That's gone. I should commission Emily to make me a stuffed Flatsgraph.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like a stuffed piece with the pattern on it and like in the approximate color.
Or Matt could do it.
No.
No. It's okay.
Do you knit? You want to knit me a granny square?
I should try. I mean,
she made me that beautiful granny skirt, which I loved, but it's starting to unravel, sadly. So I don't know if I should send it back for repairs, if I can contract her for repairs, if I should just have her make me a new one. I don't know.
Here's your official Disney.
And your generics wrapped in, too.
Yeah, I would think these live-action remakes would really push a little Halloween merchandise.
Yeah, I think so.
What would be the brand X name for Anna?
Adorkable Princess Sister?
Not very scary, if I'm honest with you.
Goodbye.
20,000, huh? Anyway, we can lower the price.
For you, sir, I'll knock off $1,000.
Okay, 1,000, huh? We have a deal.
Meet Jund, a young pasta chef on his way to achieving his macaroni and cheese dream.
In other news today, the population of polar bears have been declining rapidly due to unstable salt ratios in Arctic Circle.
There is a menu. I'll be right back with you.
It's not the boxes I fear, it's the folly of man, oversalting max and causing global boiling.
I've just received a package in, and this package, I believe, is the new bowl I ordered on the ride home after destroying the first one in a tragic seat-moving accident. I am not tremendously hopeful, because the box isn't in particularly great shape. It's a little smooshed. I don't hear any obvious rattling sounds, so that's a good sign, but... And there she is, a thing of beauty, fully intact. The biggest bowl of Pfaltzgraff Village ever made. All right, so I've got my high-powered inspection light here. If I shine a really bright light on it, you can see all of those crack lines. And that is the glaze cracking. And that means that water and food can seep into those cracks. This bowl looks perfect. I don't see a single mark anywhere on the interior. I suspect this piece has never even been used, as so many of these big bowls weren't, because they are very large. Wonderful. I couldn't be more pleased.
This is the biggest Flotscraft we've ever tried in the BoxMac kitchen. What's coming up next time on Flotscraft? Flotscraft. Today on BoxMac.
Hey.
Oh no!